in the corner, pass across, Kinney scores! Luis Jimenez found a beautiful pass, and NC State extends their lead 4-0 over the 49ers. Manischewitz working, down low into the corner, works around a man, shot, and he scores! Sam Manischewitz ties this one up. Here comes State, working into the zone, pass across, Jimenez finds it, and he scores! Luis Jimenez puts the Pack up 2-0 over the Colonials. Into the corner, pass, Linsmeyer shoots and he scores! NC State up 3-1. Manischewitz does it again to give NC State the lead. Welcome into the Iceplex here, Raleigh, North Carolina. Ethan Berry and Zach Sawai with you once again. Zach, another good matchup tonight. NC State taking on the UNCW Seahawks. The end of November, we went down to Wilmington, saw these two teams play, and it was a classic. What do you remember from that game?
I think it was just a lot of hard work from both teams coming into it. UNC came out to the lead, of course, UNCW, of course, and State really came back really strong, led by the heroics of Sam Manischewitz and even Hayden Dewey. They both got great goals. Sam Manischewitz, of course, did have the 2-goal game. Dewey had one, and then, of course, the game ended, if you didn't catch it, with heroics by a great player with a lot of hard work and finally got the goal he deserved, Andrew Kristoff, shootout winner. It doesn't count in the ACHA standings because they counted it as a tie, but nonetheless, Andrew Kristoff, without a doubt, deserved that goal.
So they counted it as a tie, according to the ACHA rules. So UNCW is technically undefeated. They haven't lost a game yet this year. But NC State did technically win in a shootout. As I mentioned, what are your thoughts on that debate?
I'm sorry, about what debate?
Is it a tie or is it a loss for UNCW and a win for NC State?
I think, if anything, it would be a loss for UNCW because in the end it was... My opinion on shootouts is a little bit weird because shootouts is not really a team game. And in the end, the team game was tied, but the skill game was won by State. And when you think about it that way, I think it should still be a tie, I think, because hockey is a team game, of course, but in a shootout, you're definitely going to want to win in the skill department as well. So, honestly, it could go either ways, Ethan.
Yeah, I lean towards it should be a win or a loss. If you're not going to have a win or a loss, why even have the shootout? That's my point. Anyway, UNCW is still a very good team. Joey Alexander is their leading scorer, and Bessemer is in net for them. And this is their final game of the year. What do you expect to see from them in their last game?
You know, they've been riding a 5-game winning streak. Their last loss/tie was actually against NC State back in November, of course. So really what they're going to have to do is apply that pressure. They've been doing really well. They've had a lot of high-scoring games as of late. So tonight's going to be no different for State. They're just going to have to come out and play the way that they do, and UNCW is going to come out and play the way that they do for a team that has 14 wins on this season.
Yeah, NC State won 8-1, beat Duke last night. It really wasn't a very close game. I don't even think it was as close as the score indicated. NC State could have had 15 goals if it wasn't for the performance from Decky and net for Duke. But what does State need to take away from that headed into tonight?
I mean, they did have 78 shots, so their offensive pressure is not something they need to be worried about for tonight. Their defensive effort was fine. I mean, they only let up like 19 shots. The one thing I would need to worry about for tonight, though, for State is specifically their passing. A lot of times towards the end, they were like, okay, we're going to win this. So towards the end, they started making some more silky passes to try to get out more of a fancy highlight reel kind of thing. It didn't work out because there was a lot of opportunities where Duke came back in. So tonight, what State needs to take away is really keep up the offensive pressure, make simple passes.
State missing a couple guys tonight. Josh Cannon's going to be in net. Andrew Kristoff not playing. I can't remember if there's anything else of note, but Josh Cannon in net is really the most significant thing. Kristoff's going to be somebody that State misses, but hopefully they'll get him back next week. What are you looking to see from Josh Cannon in net?
You know, Josh Cannon looked outstanding against Clemson, and he's the kind of guy that you really want to have in your team. Of course, Ian Hutchison played great last night. Joey Hall, of course, is your number one, but Josh Cannon, we get to see him truly step up and be the kind of goaltender that this team needs Josh Cannon to be. And if you look, obviously a lot of people didn't get to see him play against Clemson because it was a radio broadcast, but he looks solid in that, Ethan. And tonight it should be no different against a UNCW team that's skilled and speedy and lethal.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a long time since State has had a backup as good as Josh Cannon, and that's going to be big, as we mentioned, in the ACCHL tournament. Josh Cannon's going to need to play a game and win a game for State to go all the way there. Another thing I wanted to mention, Joey Hall played on Monday, so all 3 goalies are getting to play for State this week. And then next week, we assume, against West Virginia on Friday and Saturday, Josh Cannon and Joey Hall will split those games. What have you seen from all these 3 goalies this year that gives you hope going into next year?
Consistency and stability, Ethan. So Joey Hall and Josh Cannon are juniors. Ian Hutchison is a sophomore. So one thing that I really like about this goaltending tandem is the fact that they're all consistent. They all really get the wins, and they're all going to get wins. The team hasn't lost in about 3 games, Ethan. They haven't lost since the Clemson game. So they've beaten UNC, they've beaten Duke, and they're really going to just have a really good time tonight playing UNCW in a game in which is going to be outstanding because of the purpose of it tonight. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Night tonight as well, so really both teams are excited to play this match, and State's just going to really have a good time, and especially with their 3 really good goaltenders. Yeah,
State will be wearing pink, as you mentioned, for Breast Cancer Awareness Night. These 2 teams, you know, UNCW's D3, obviously they're a lower level than NC State, but I'll tell you what, these games have been the best games that I've seen. It's really a rivalry game, because all that's really on the line is pride. And so that's what makes these games so good. UNCW loves playing these games, and NC State obviously enjoys them as well. And they have friends on the team. They play against each other, and they grew up playing hockey together, so that's what makes these games so good. Sam Banashevitz and Luis Jimenez, Eric Todd as well. Those guys are phenomenal. I want to say they've got like 10 goals in the last 2 games. I'll have to check up on my math on that. But what do you expect to see from them tonight?
Well, actually, Ethan, so Sam Banashevitz has 4 goals and 3 assists in the past 2 games, and Luis Jimenez has 5 goals and 4 assists in the past 2 games. So they're doing outstanding. Eric Todd last night, a 4-assist game, our player to watch yesterday, and he did an outstanding job winning faceoffs and getting good passes. That whole line has really developed from the dominant duo into the dominant trio now, with Eric Todd truly stepping up and filling in sort of the outline that he was meant to be at. And as a true freshman, this is outstanding for him as well. So going forward, this line is really going to have to develop more and learn how to really make good passes. Last night, still a little bit of some passes that I'm sure the team wouldn't want to make and needs to be more accurate, but at the same time, I feel like that top line is doing exceptionally well.
Teams are on the ice warming up. We'll be back momentarily to talk a little bit more about Zach's 3 keys to the game before we get puck drop here at the Raleigh Iceplex in Raleigh, North Carolina, excuse me. We'll be back here on PackTV. You're watching NC State Hockey. Back to the Iceplex here. Zamboni's on the ice. We're getting closer to face-off. Zach, one player to watch. Obviously, we know about Banashevitz and Jimenez. Somebody else. Who is it, Zach?
Tonight's going to be Ryan Kinney. Last night, 2-goal performance. He's looking outstanding, and I dubbed him the Silk Man, and a lot of teammates call him that as well. So tonight, it's really going to be a matter of Ryan Kinney stepping up and making sure he fills his niche on that second line.
Yeah, and one thing about Kinney, and we've mentioned it, he's missed a lot of this year, and for State to get him back is just huge. He's might be the 2nd or 3rd best goal scorer on this team. So, you know, for him to be out for so long, and now he's back, headed in, you know, he's back 5-6 games before the ACCHL tournament. You know, that's really another piece to the puzzle for Coach Mike Gazzillo. I mean, what do you think? You know, he just adds depth to this team, if nothing else. Pushes everybody else down the line on the second line. What do you think getting him back for the stretch run means?
I think it's just going to be more depth scoring. Hayden Dewey, of course, is already having an outstanding season here, Ethan, and a lot of other depth guys like Tyler Elfinzetti and Ryan Lensmeyer and those kind of guys that are really stepping up and getting those big goals. Ryan, of course, the better of the hockey players between him and Trevor, of course. But looking at Ryan Kinney is going to be a matter of seeing him develop into the player that they need, which is a 3rd top scorer. And right now, that's exactly what Ryan Kinney's niche is.
UNCW, when we went down there a couple months ago, they had a really good crowd, one of the better road crowds we've seen. And NC State, as we know, always has a phenomenal crowd. UNCW has a history. History is not the right word, but they bring people down to Raleigh with them to watch them play NC State. What are you expecting? What do you think is going to happen with the crowd tonight?
I think it's going to be a really fun environment. It's always a fun environment when you have fans of the opposing teams. They're always tantalizing each other and things like that. So it's going to be a fun environment, I'm sure, for the players as well, and it's all for a good cause as well for Breast Cancer Night.
That's exactly right. 3 keys to the game. What are they?
So my first key tonight is going to be simple passing. Like we talked about earlier, Ethan, last night against Duke, there was some fluky passes towards the end, and tonight, UNCW is the better team, is a better team than Duke. So tonight, NC State really needs to keep it simple and keep passes simple and not too fancy. Second key tonight is forecheck strong. UNCW is a better team, of course. They're going to be able to take the puck and move out. So for NC State to get in aggressively and to pressure UNCW to keep it in the defensive end, that's going to be crucial for State so they can always keep in the offensive zone. Won't get upwards of 80 shots tonight because that's very rare, but they should really work forward to getting above 30 or possibly even 40 tonight. Would be a good amount to try and beat Bessemer tonight in goal. And my third key tonight is don't blow the lead if you gain one. State has always done this in the past, and they have a little bit of a knack for blowing it, and just because they get tired or they don't play a full 60. Tonight's a pride game, and I'm sure State, even though it doesn't count towards anything in the standings, they don't want to lose any of their pride. So tonight, play the full 60, and they're almost guaranteed a very good game.
Fatigue, how much of a factor do you think it'll be?
Not much at all. State did get 80 shots last night, but I don't think they worked as hard as they have in the past against Duke. So they got a good rest today. Most of the day was off. So I think tonight fatigue shouldn't play too much of a factor. UNCW did play last night from what I hear. So tonight really it's going to be a matter of which team is more tired from their game last night.
UNCW coming in undefeated, or so they say. NC State beat them in a shootout in November. NC State trying to build momentum toward the ACCHL tournament in 2 weeks. Zach, this is going to be a fun game. We'll be back with Face Off coming up on PackTV.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
WKNC 88.1 is student-run, non-commercial radio from North Carolina State University. We pride ourselves on our alternative programming of indie rock, electronic, metal, and underground hip-hop. Boasting 25,000 watts, WKNC can be heard throughout the Triangle and far beyond via our webcast. Listen to us on your radio at 88.1 FM, online at wknc.org/listen, or through the Student Media app for Android and iPhone. Check out our program schedule at wknc.org and follow us on social media at WKNC 881.
This university is on a march to achieve our full potential.
We help empower each other to dream big and do big.
Our students are in a position to point to specific projects that they did in the real world, and that sets them apart.
Companies want to hire NC State students.
We're going to find solutions to some of the big problems and challenges.
It's in the DNA of the place. We're here to think and do the extraordinary.
WKNC 88.1 is student-run, non-commercial radio from North Carolina State University. Listen to us on your radio at 88.1 FM, online at wknc.org/listen, or through the Student Media app for Android and iPhone.
Welcome to the Iceplex. We apologize for the long delay. Sometimes we never know what time these games are actually going to start, but we're ready now, Zach. A couple guys for UNCW. We talked about it. This team is undefeated, and they're good. They're going to give State a really good test tonight. Joey Alexander, 11 goals, 26 assists. He's the leading scorer with 37 points. Second leading scorer, Will Took, number 24. Alexander's number 7, by the way. Will Took, number 24, 10 goals on the year. Bennett Clark, number 15, has 9 goals. Benjamin Cooper Ryder has 9 goals as well. Tyler Evangelist, second leading scorer with 4 goals and 20 assists. He's number 2. Hunter Phillips, 6 goals, 13 assists. 19 points, number 9.
Cooper Ryder is another player to look out for. In the last game he played against NC State, he did have a goal and an assist in that game. It was absolutely lethal to play against them. So tonight, State really needs to limit his opportunities.
Yeah, and the one thing that sticks out is this team is balanced. They got plenty of guys who can score. Will Took is going to take the first face-off. Eric Todd wins that one. UNCW will take it in their own zone, though. Jerseys, NC State wearing the pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Night. That one's sent in on net. Josh Cannon sets up Chris Wing. He and Davis Hudson get the start here early. Long pass up ahead. Banashevitz, he'll get there. Can't do anything with it. Sends it across to Jimenez. Hudson gets there first, though. He's working down in the corner now. And UNCW takes it away. Back to the jerseys, though, Zach. NC State wearing the pink for Breast Cancer Awareness. Centering pass there, deflected with black pants for the Pack. UNCW wearing navy blue jersey and shorts and lots of trim going on. I don't know how to really describe that. They got some teal, I think that's what the kids call it these days, and some gold. UNCW behind their own net. The turnover there. Opportunity for State in front, and they scored! Luis Jimenez from Sam Banashevitz. NC State is off and going early.
You know, one thing, Ethan, that we forgot to mention, or at least we didn't talk about, is how quickly State got off to the jump. I saw automatically how much speed Sam Banashevitz had compared to last night's game and his ability to work behind the net and connect with Luis Jimenez. That was a prototypical dominant duo goal. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a really, exactly like you said, prototypical one. I'll tell you what, those guys struggled, as we talk about. More so Banashevitz. I think he went 3-4 games without a goal, but it really would have been disappointing if they hadn't gotten back on track, you know, at the end of their time playing together, but clearly that's not going to be the case.
And one thing as well, Ethan, that goal was scored 1 minute and 3 seconds in. That's a very good and quick start there for State, and they need to ride that momentum against a very difficult UNCW team. I do agree with that. One thing we mentioned or one thing I noticed anyway with the crowd, another centering pass in front, but that one gets out of the zone. UNCW's got a good contingent here. State doesn't have as big of a crowd as usual. Not really sure why that is. Earlier start here at the Iceplex than usual, so that might be part of it. But either way, State's going to try to have to quiet this UNCW contingent here early, and they do that with the early goal from Jimenez. Here's Rushford now working behind his own net. Pass up ahead. NC State trying to get out of the zone. There's Kenny looking for Alfonsetti. UNCW forces a turnover. Koeklenberg back to get it, though. Trying to get it to Rushford. UNCW intercepts it, doesn't let that happen. State comes away with it eventually, though. Kenny gets it out of the zone finally. He's got Merchant. He had an opportunity. Going to be a delayed penalty here. UNCW touches up. And State will get the first power play of the game. They're calling that a holding call. I was a little bit surprised, though. Koeklenberg was shoving down a player down in the corner right there. I thought there was going to be a penalty on him as well, but there wasn't. Yeah. I missed who took a seat for UNCW. So NC State will have first power play. Jimenez, Todd, and Banashevitz back out there. So, Ethan, that's Charles Peters in the box so far for UNCW. State wins the faceoff. Banashevitz sends it back to the blue line. Across here's Hudson. He'll hold, looking, throws it in front of the net. It's blocked. Never got through. Here's Hudson again. Across Banashevitz, back up top. And Mazikowski whiffed on the shot. UNCW will take it away. There's Hunter Phillips working shorthanded. And he'll just take it into the zone, sends it back over to Banashevitz. That's a dangerous play.
Here comes Jimenez. State working into the zone. Behind the net, Banashevitz gets there first. Sends it to Jimenez. He gets it around to Hudson. And Jimenez has it taken away momentarily. Working along the corner, back up top to Hudson. State's got 3 guys on the blue line. Not anymore. Here's Hudson. He'll fire, deflected into the corner. Jimenez tries to get there. UNCW gets it out of the zone into the neutral zone.
State does a very good job of setting up that umbrella power play setup where they have the 2 guys.
Jimenez in front and looking for Banashevitz. He lost his stick and couldn't get anything on it. UNCW with a little gamesmanship, keeping his stick away from him.
So the power play setup for the umbrella really looks like an umbrella because you have 2 guys in the slot representing sort of the stick of the umbrella and the 3 guys up at the blue line doing a really good job of adding that extra 2 men in front to get the tips out in front. State's doing a great job of setting up that play, but over 7 on the power play last night was unacceptable. So State needs to do something at least tonight on these power plays.
30 seconds left on the power play as Josh Cannon in net tonight for the Pack. Joey Hall did his work on Monday night, and he got the rest of the week off. He's the backup, though. State struggling in the neutral zone. And here's Alfonsetti working into the corner. Finally got it into the zone. Alfonsetti holding onto it, still looking. Fires in front. It's blocked. 5 seconds to go on the power play. That'll do it as UNCW clears it out. State 0 for 1 on the power play. Zach, it's got to get better.
Absolutely, Ethan. And as you saw in that play, they really didn't have many good shot opportunities on that one, so they're really going to have to make sure they work the puck in and get good opportunities here going forward.
Rushford deflects the puck out of play. 15:29 to go. NC State leads 1-0 on a goal from Luis Jimenez. Once again, feel like we could just have a tape of that and just play it 2 or 3 times a game, but then we wouldn't have jobs.
You know, Ethan, one player I would like to see tonight get a goal is Ian O'Rourke. Last night, the team was obviously trying to set him up for one, and we saw it, and I'm sure many of the viewers saw it as well. So really, it's going to be up to him to make sure he can drive and get to the front of the net.
Linsmeyer, Dewey, Johnston, the 3rd line for the Pack tonight. They're out there right now. Johnston forces a turnover, gets it back in front. Dewey, he'll send it on net. And an easy save for Ryan Bessemer. Haven't talked about him yet. 12-0 record on the year. He's played in, well, that's odd, 13 games. I guess they didn't count the tie in his record. 2.88 goals against and a .902 save percentage. He's a good goalie, Zach.
For the ACHA, those are actually very good stats because most goaltenders are above the 3.0 goals against average and below a 9 save percentage. So tonight, really, Bessemer is a really good goaltender.
In front of the net for the Pack, they have it intercepted. And there's Vedetta. He also got a jersey tonight for State. Long pass for Johnston. No connection. And UNCW work back into the neutral zone. Here they come. There's Alexander working. Got tied up. Johnston takes it away. State's got a 3-on-2 here if they want it. And here's Johnston. He'll fire off the pad of Bessemer. Where's the puck? It's in front of the net and comes back out up top to the blue line. Vedetta sends it around. In front again, Johnson whiffs on the shot. He had an opportunity. And UNCW heads the other way. The shot kicked aside. Josh Cannon. State looking to gain control, and they'll send it along.
Really good job by Chris Swing on that very last play to set up a breakout. It all started with the simple defensive play to make sure he got that puck up to Eric Johnston and crew. So really a good job there by Chris Swing, the cornerstone senior defenseman.
Good opportunity there for the Pack. A couple of good opportunities here early along with the goal. State's going to look to build an early lead here. 13:43 to go in the period. In front of the net for the Seahawks. Player goes down. Puck went all the way through. He's down on the ice. And this will be icing. Schwartz couldn't get there in time. He's now up. And we'll try to get a number on him. Looks like 22, Benjamin Cooper-Ryder.
Cooper-Ryder's the guy that I really would like to watch tonight and see what he can do tonight. As we talked about in our pregame, Ethan, he was lethal against State in the last game, so tonight could be no different as long as he stays healthy.
Cooper-Ryder heads to the bench. UNCW doesn't really know what they're doing with their line change here. And face off to the left of Cannon. UNCW wins it. Send it on net. Cannon with the initial save, and Big rebound came right to Schwartz. Here's Costigan working the other way. He loses the puck. Schwartz overskates it. And UNCW heads the other way, 1-on-2. And puck along the boards now. O'Rourke sends it around. Looking for help. He gets it. Long pass up ahead, Schwartz from Webb, and shot high. There's Koskian. He'll send it back up top. There's O'Rourke looking for Banashevitz. Here he comes. He fires. Good save by Bessemer. Opportunity there for Banashevitz, and that's a pretty good shot for the Pack. Here's Rushford. Big slap shot, and Bessemer with a glove save.
Really good speed utilized here by State so far. An even better shot by one of my favorite players, Nellis Rushford. Really good opportunities there by Sam Banashevitz. I was a little bit surprised, though, by Schwartz, actually. A little bit of an interesting shot that he took. I'm not sure why he took it just over the boards, and he had a really good chance of getting a better shot, but he just kind of took a fluke shot. So a little bit concerned about that kind of play right there.
Todd wins the face-off. Scrum for it. Banashevitz keeps it, and he'll send it behind the net. All the way around, O'Rourke gets it. He's behind the net now. And he'll look to set it back up. Up top to the blue line. There's Rushford. It get knocked down in front. Excuse me. Jimenez now. Looking for Banashevitz behind the net. He'll get there. Jimenez gets it back. I believe that's Eric Todd coming off the ice. Not sure if he's dinged up. We'll keep an eye on that. There's Jimenez. Up top, O'Rourke. His shot goes wide. And UNCW will head the other way with it. State was odd. They were changing in the middle of the possession as that shot's deflected out of play. Was that odd to you, Zach?
I think a line change needs to happen at the right moments, and for that play, the puck was going to go out anyway, and State was pressuring UNC to stay alongside the boards right there, so I think the line change was adequate at that time. But yes, most of the time...
I was talking about when State had the puck in the offensive zone, they were sending a man off at a time. Was that normal?
It can be. It can be, Ethan.
UNCW wins the face-off. Shot blocked. They've got Kinney going long, but pass doesn't get there. And it's going to be a hand pass.
I don't think they should have tried to flip that puck up to Kinney. There was room for them to be a nice, clean saucer pass up to him down the middle to go and try to get a breakaway goal right there. Not a good pass right there.
Looked like State did have an opportunity, as you said. Face-off to the right of Bessemer now. There's Merchant taking it. He wins it, and State takes it out of the zone now. Alfonsetti will take it in the neutral zone working. Jukes around a man. His shot, good save, Bessemer. Tell you what, he's one of the better goalies that State will face all year. And gave up an early goal, but since then he's kept State at bay.
Absolutely, Ethan. And Bessemer's one of those guys, very tall stature and net. He's not going to give up too many good goals, so he's really going to have to stay strong right here for UNCW going forward.
State wins the face-off again. There's Merchant. Pass across Hudson. That was dangerous, but it works. Here's Hudson working. Top of the slot now, and UNCW intercepts his pass across looking for Kinney. State gets it back in the neutral zone. There's Chris Wing.
Not sure if I like what Hudson did right there. I saw the man ready for the... Anyway.
Turnover here. Alfonsetti working behind the net. Centering pass. Nobody there. UNCW gets it out. Momentarily tipped in on net again, and Bessemer makes the save.
Yeah, what I was saying earlier, Hudson tried to make a pass over to Banashevitz, who was ready for the one-timer down low, but there was a stick right there from the UNCW player. I am very surprised that Hudson did not see that play happen, or even the stick of the UNCW defender.
Face off to the left of Bessemer. State wins it. There's Linsmeyer up top. Chris Wing sends it on net. Wide. Looked like he was looking for a deflection. Couldn't get it. Hayden Dewey with it. He'll send it in front of the net. UNCW heads the other way now. They've got a 2-on-2. Here they come. Hunter Phillips has it, working wide. Backhander in front. Hudson tips it to the boards, and State will gain control. Momentarily, they get it up again. Long pass up ahead. Dewey couldn't get it. And UNCW trying to get it out of there. Not a great 10 minutes for the Seahawks. State offsides here, but still only a 1-0 lead for the Pack, and Bessemer's kept his team in the game. Seahawks have plenty of scoring. You figure they won't play like this for all 50 minutes, especially they want to finish with in their opinion, what is an undefeated season. If you ask State, I guarantee you they'll say that it won't be an undefeated season. Here's Dewey. Mazikowski takes it now behind the net. Holding, another centering pass, goes all the way back down the ice.
Not a good pass there by Cam Mazikowski. There should have been a chance right there for him to at least keep it in the zone and settle it down. I'm sure State wanted to get that line change going as well, but all in all, not a good pass there from Cam.
Turnover there. UNCW couldn't keep it in the zone, though. That could have been an opportunity for the Seahawks, but they don't take advantage. Here they come up ahead again. There's Gregory Wicklund, and we've got an offsides. 9:36 to go. State leads on a goal from Luis Jimenez. His third goal in the last 2 games, and 6th in the last 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. He had a hat trick against UNC. 2 goals last night. Now has a goal tonight. So 6 goals in the past 3 games. That's 2 goals a game average. That's incredible, Ethan.
Here comes Costigan into the zone. He's got a man there. Couldn't get it to him, and UNCW takes the puck away. Here they come the other way. There's Wicklund for the Seahawks. He'll beat Koeklenberg to the puck. And Seahawks will look to set it up, but they can't keep it in the zone. Here comes Webb. He'll head the other way. State's got a 3-on-2 with Costigan and Schwartz. Here's Webb looking. Backhander pass too far behind Costigan. Seahawks head the other way. They've got a 3-on-3 now. And they'll set it up in the corner. Big hit. That's going to be a penalty on State. And there they touch it up on the deflected pass.
Wow. That's not a good hit at all, Ethan. That was a bit of a scary hit, to be honest with you. That down low on the board right there, I'm kind of speechless.
Yeah,
wow.
UNCW player's down. I didn't notice initially that he was down. That's Daniel Brescia.
He seems to be skinning away fine, though, so that's a very positive thing.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't even notice that he was down on the ice. Webb takes a seat.
But one thing that I do want to pay attention to, Ethan, was Webb was coming in on the rush and tried to make a backhand pass to Costigan on that most recent play. I wasn't a fan of that because there was a miscommunication. Costigan lost where that puck was, and Webb was trying to make sure that he got that puck back to try to make a drop pass. So this team really needs to work on communication for passing going forward here.
8:50 to go. We'll see if this is a 2-minute or a 5-minute penalty. Seahawks' first penalty of the game, one way or another. First power play, excuse me. Still sorting things out with the scorers over there. It's going to be a 5-minute penalty. So UNCW is going to have a man up for 5 minutes, whether they score or not, and they win the face-off here. Here they come, working into the zone pass across, bouncing pass, couldn't get a stick on it. They'll send it back up, but it gets out of the zone. Tell you what, this is a big 5 minutes. UNCW's pretty much been dominated by State, but they've got a chance to get back in the game here in the next 5 minutes. And if you're State, only up 1-0 at this point. If you give up a goal in the next 4.5 minutes now in your tie game, you feel like you've been the better team, but you're tied. So that's why this is so important. Turnover here comes State the other way, 1-on-2. That's Linsmeyer. He's just going to look to take it into the zone and kill time, which he does. Big hit there. That was Schwartz, I believe. He went down. That's Merchant, actually. 50 seconds gone in the 5-minute penalty to Eric Webb, as we mentioned. Vedetta behind his own net. Rushford can't clear it out. And State will get there first and clear it out eventually. Johnston in hot pursuit, can't get there. Good clear from Merchant. And here come the Seahawks. Opportunity, good save, Cannon. Rebound behind the net into the corner. And Seahawks will set it up. 5-on-4, 3:45 to go in the penalty to Webb. 7:30 to go, first period. State leads 1-0. UNCW passing back and forth here. Cannon makes the save and covers up.
I don't like State's penalty kill setup to block out UNCW's power play. Usually the penalty kill corresponds with the type of play that they're doing. So boxes try to make sure they block out overload or shooting power plays, and a diamond tends to block out an umbrella power play. This penalty kill right now is not effectively striking out UNCW's power play, so State really needs to take another look at the situation they're setting up here.
play blown dead off of the face-off. They'll do it again. There's Johnson taking the face-off for the Pack. Hunter Phillips for UNCW. Seahawks will set it up now. There's Alexander. Got to keep an eye on him, number 7 at the blue line. He's got it again, and he'll make the pass. Shot and kicked aside. Good save by Cannon. Did it go into the net? No, it's behind the net. The whistle blew, though? Whistle definitely blew, so play stopped.
Josh Cannon having a great night, as you saw right there. Really good save. Try to bounce back and try to stop that puck from going in, and that's the true sign of a dedicated goaltender. And that's not something you see a lot in these kind of leagues, Ethan, is a dedicated goaltender like a Josh Cannon. So very, very good job by him.
3:14 to go. UNCW wins it again. Alexander has it. Got to keep an eye on him. Back up top, Alexander. He got it from Bennett. Clark down low. In front, pass across. Seahawks couldn't connect. Alexander's got it again. Back to Clark. He'll work in behind the net. Pass in front. And it goes all the way out.
As you saw in that last play there, Ethan, UNCW tried to trick Staten to try and collapse in on that player on the far side, and they left open a wide-open man for the one-timer. Fanned on it, but State needs to make sure they're not tricked by UNCW.
Alexander's got it. He'll hold. Back to Clark, and Cannon makes the save. Hayden Dewey can't get it out of the zone. He'll send it all the way around. Halfway through this 5-minute penalty, State could have gotten it out of the zone there, but didn't. We'll see if UNCW takes advantage, and they don't. They missed an open net. Great pass. I thought that puck went in. It did not. 2:10 to go. Here come the Seahawks. Evangelist fires. Cannon with the save, and State clears it out.
Really solid job there by Josh Cannon with the glove hand as well, Ethan.
Here's Evangelist again. You knew UNCW wouldn't fall asleep for that long. Here comes Alfonsetti trying to win the foot race, and he does. A good save from Bessemer, shorthanded. Alfonsetti has it again, and Bessemer will, well, he didn't cover up, but the whistle got blown.
Really good and quick speed there by Alfonsetti, but I think that fan attempt was sort of a symbol of how this period has gone for UNCW here, Ethan. It's been a little bit sloppy, and they've had wide open opportunities through State's defensive lapses, but just haven't capitalized.
Not really sure why the ref blew that one dead. It looked like he had it for about half a second. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got to wait longer than that to blow the whistle, no?
Oh, absolutely, but the ref could also have seen the intent to freeze the puck, so that's what maybe have made the ref call it, but that's really a choice by the ref. So
State wins the faceoff. Mazikowski sends it back around. I'll tell you what, Tyler Alfonsetti is not a slow skater. State, here he has it again, shorthanded, working in 1-on-3 to the backhand. He's just going to look to kill time. And he tries to lay a hit there. UNCW gets it back eventually. 1:20 to go in the power play. 5:10 in the first period. State leading 1-0. Here come the Seahawks again. Pass in front. And we'll see if that's a penalty. It's not. UNCW keeps it in. Pass in front. Shot in front. And Cannon makes the save twice. The initial shot and the rebound. And State's penalty kill's been pretty good. Still got a minute left, but
to say that they killed a 5-minute penalty to start off this period, Ethan, start off the game rather, this is just outstanding. Really pleased with it.
Well, they still got a minute to go, and this UNCW team's got a lot of firepower. State wins the faceoff. Banashevitz has it, and he'll send it all the way down. Excellent clear from Banashevitz. State's got the top line out on the penalty kill right now. Minus Jimenez, and Kochlenberg and Mazikowski are your defensemen. Here come the Seahawks, and Kochlenberg sends it all the way back down. That's going to be played with a high stick, so UNCW will touch up. 40 seconds to go.
The penalty kill tonight by State has been aggressive. They spend a good bit of time in the offensive zone tonight, and to say you have an aggressive penalty kill and still to kill the penalty, Ethan, that's really good. And last night's penalty kill was perfect. Power play, not so much. So their special teams are improving in at least one area.
What's the old saying? You want to be 100% if you combine the power play and the penalty kill? Is that what is that?
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that? Okay, well, we'll pretend that I haven't heard it either. Here's Todd with the faceoff for State. UNCW wins it. And they'll set it up. That's Evangelist, number 2. Got to keep an eye on him. 20 assists on the year. Alexander's got 26. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Opportunity there. Banishevitz tied up the UNCW player, Charles Peters. Good defensive play from State's leading scorer, and puck gets sent all the way back down.
This power play for UNCW has to be unacceptable for the coach tonight. With 10 seconds left, they had 5 minutes of opportunities and just couldn't capitalize.
Another opportunity here in front. It's deflected. Didn't know where the puck was. Jimenez gets it out. That's going to do it. State kills off the 5-minute power play to Eric Webb. Mark that one down, Zach. That's a huge part of the game. And State will look to take advantage now. Here's Kinney. He intercepts a long pass. State looking to set it up. Jimenez out there with Alfonsetti and Kinney. Jimenez trying to work through 3 guys. Couldn't do it. State has it. There's O'Rourke. Sends it over to Rushford as Jimenez checks up. Rushford working now into the corner. Behind the net. Leaves it. There's Merchant. He has it. Ellis Rushford trying to get back to his spot. And his shot, good blocker save. State trying to keep it in the zone. There's Tyler Alfonsetti. He will keep it in the zone. O'Rourke's got it now. O'Rourke looking, holding, sends it around. There's Kinney behind the net. In front, Merchant, and they scored! A great passing play. Trevor Merchant put it in the back of the net, and NC State leads 2-0.
I believe that was assisted by Ryan Kinney, too, down low. And
yep,
what a beautiful job right there to win the corner battle, Ethan. That's something that we've talked about a lot in the past. State hasn't won a lot of those. And tonight against the physical and aggressive UNCW Seahawks, really great job by Kinney to win that battle. And finally, State has that man in the slot like I've been begging them to have for a long time. Great job in front there by Merchant, and it's now 2-0 State.
Yeah, my mind kind of froze there. It was Kinney who made the pass, and so we'll see if they give a second assist. Great find, Ryan Kinney, and I'll tell you what, getting him back on the second line is huge. 2:53 to go, second period. State leading UNCW. State wins the faceoff again. Here they come. This is the second time I've seen this. The refs are having a chat in the middle of the play, which is just the weirdest thing to me. Maybe that's a regular occurrence. I don't know. Here's State. Another pass in front. Merchant again. Alfonsetti has it, and his shot doesn't get through. Chris Wing can't keep it in. State will get back to set things up again. Long pass up ahead, looking for Kinney.
So there was no second assist on that play, Ethan. It was just Ryan Kinney's primary assist.
That was Merchant, excuse me. Kinney working in the offensive zone now. Tried to go 1-on-3, couldn't do it. UNCW trying to head the other way now. State keeps it in the zone. Kinney sends it all the way back around. State trying to make a change. Eric Johnson working hard. And he almost forced a turnover, not quite. And UNCW has it in the neutral zone. Johnson gets it right back. Here comes the pack working. Johnson's shot blocked. Johnson hit into the boards. Battle along the boards now. Comes back up top. There's Hudson. Back down low. There's Linsmeyer and UNCW. Deflected the pass, went right to their own player. That dump in goes wide of the net. Cannon tried to catch it, a little too far for him. Say will look to set it up. Here comes Dewey. Here he comes into the offensive zone. Good defensive play from Evangelist for the Seahawks. Big hit along the boards. I believe that was Ryan Linsmeyer. Vedetta has it now. State dumps it in. That's Cam Mazikowski. 1:15 to go, first period.
One thing, Ethan, that Coach Gazillo told us before the game, he's icing 7 defensemen tonight. Very interesting to see from the veteran head coach.
Here's State, another opportunity. Bessemer with the save off Costigan's shot. State has it behind the net off the rebound. Costigan trying to get there. He'll send it back up top. There's Vedetta, his shot blocked. Vedetta keeps it in. UNCW heads the other way. They've got a 3-on-2 here if they hurry, and the initial pass was blocked. They go for the wraparound. The net came off. Good defensive play there. Couldn't tell who that was. It might have been Vedetta. 47 seconds to go.
Nonetheless, Ethan, that last breakout you saw there from the Seahawks was nothing State could do about it. They were trying to go for the shot. Great offensive pressure there by State, but they did allow a 3-on-1 breakout, and that's just something they need to work on for the future.
Yeah, it was almost a breakaway, and it was a 3-on-1 for the Seahawks, and State made the play. Tell you what, 47 seconds to go. This has been one of State's best periods of the year. Up 2-0 on a good UNCW team. Sent in on net, deflected wide. Linsmeyer's going to be the first one there. Long pass. Oh, he went for the long pass. Couldn't get it. There's Costigan. Costigan dumps it in. Bessemer kicks it aside. Costigan picks it up. And UNCW will take it. Looking for the long pass ahead. There's Joey Alexander, but Vedetta takes it away. Another bullet dodge there. Good play by Vedetta. Mazikowski dumps it ahead. Merchant in pursuit. He can't get there. Here come the Seahawks, and they'll head the other way. Opportunity. There's Alexander. Makes the right pass, and Cannon with an excellent save.
Bad D-zone coverage there by State, but an even better save there by Josh Cannon. The backbone of this team doing a great job of making sure he's stopping plays on Joey Alexander. Leading scorer there for UNCW, so really good job by him.
7 seconds left in the period. State wins the face-off. Mazikowski has it, and he'll dump it all the way down. That'll do it for the first period. Luis Jimenez and Trevor Merchant have given the Pack a 2-0 lead. Josh Cannon excellent in net. Zach, one of the better periods of the year. Would you agree?
Absolutely, Ethan. This was a great period all around. 5-minute penalty, of course, not the best thing, but they killed a 5-minute penalty. That's the important thing. Taking it was bad. Killing it was even better. So really tonight is just a matter of State playing an all-around game, and they got 2 goals out of it too.
First period is complete. Here we'll take a quick break, be back to talk about what we saw and what second period adjustments need to be made. NC State leading UNCW 2-0 on PackTV.
Welcome back to the Iceplex here, Raleigh, North Carolina. Ethan Berry, Zach Sawai. Zach, Josh Cannon got the nod tonight, and he was pretty good in the first period, wouldn't you say?
Josh Cannon was absolutely outstanding, made a lot of key saves, and really used that positioning that we saw well against Clemson, as he did tonight. NC State defensively lapsed a little bit, stopped 13 shots in that period as well, so Josh Cannon really had a good game so far.
And he got a lot of help either. He didn't have any, he didn't have any opportunities for UNCW where Cannon was hung out to dry and he made the save. His defense was really good too.
Absolutely, Ethan, but still, in the offensive zone, there was some bad things done by State that led to a lot of UNCW breakouts, something that you don't want to see happen very often as well. So Josh Cannon was left out, hung out to dry, especially on that 3-on-1 very late in the period. Luckily, still the shot, he stopped it. It went wide a few times, but nonetheless, still, the breakouts need to stop for UNCW, and State really needs to learn how to control those.
Offensively, State had 2 goals, plenty of other opportunities. Anything you noticed on that and that State needs to work on?
Well, absolutely. They're leading in shots right now, 15-13, so they got 2 goals and 15 shots, and especially in the first period, that's absolutely outstanding. And they're doing a good job of passing. The passes are staying simple. 2 of the goals have been scored from behind the net to the slot. Sam Benishevic's first goal was passed out to Jimenez. Jimenez took the shot from the slot. Same thing was scored with Trevor Merchant. Merchant took the shot from Ryan Kinney's pass from behind the net. There's a really good tic-tac-toe playing going on here, Ethan. Really good, solid offensive pressure here from State.
One adjustment that State needs to make, what is it?
Continuing to allow themselves to apply themselves defensively to prevent breakouts. Last night, of course, at the end of the first period, shots were 25-3 for State. Tonight, 15-13. Why? Possibly because for the fact that State is playing a higher team and they're doing better, but tonight State really needs to make sure that they do not allow any more bad breakouts.
First intermission almost wrapped up. Here in Raleigh, we'll be back with second period puck drop on PackTV.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Hey, are you okay?
She's passed out.
It looks like she threw up all over there.
Her heart rate is slow and she feels kind of cold.
This isn't right. She drank way too much. She has signs of alcohol poisoning. We need to get her help right away. I'm calling 911. She's underage. Will she get in trouble?
No, and neither will we. Any student seeking medical attention for a drug overdose will not be charged with specific violations of the Student Code of Conduct, and she could die if we don't get her help.
Okay, I'm howling for help.
Back for the second period here. Zamboni finishing up. Coach is headed out. I'll tell you what, one thing that's one of the more entertaining parts of hockey is watching people walk to either the bench or the penalty box or the scorer's table over there, seeing if they fall. They're pretty good at walking on the ice, though, I gotta say. They make it look easy, and I can pretty much guarantee you it's not easy. Not that I have a whole lot of experience doing that, but...
Well, Coach Gazillo does have 30 years of experience walking to the bench, and, well, definitely is a little bit trickier without skates here, Ethan, and skates are an asset as well, because as I think you know as well as I do, you can't play hockey without skates.
Well, you could play roller skating hockey or street
still,
hockey. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You need skates for roller skating hockey.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, second period, we didn't really talk about UNCW a lot during our break a minute ago. UNCW, what do they need to do?
I think they just need to make sure that they keep doing what they're doing because they've applied good offensive pressure, but they've let up a few times. So what they really need to do is, and I know it's a very blanket statement here, Ethan, but they need to try harder. It seems like they were distant for a lot of that period, even on the power play as well. I mean, not scoring on a 5-minute power play or at least getting one good opportunity, that's not good, Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to that 5-minute one. I told you to mark it down. State killed it off and then scored a goal in the next minute. And that was a good penalty kill from NC State. Tyler Alfonsetti had a good chance shorthanded. UNCW had probably a good minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, but they never had a great opportunity. They obviously didn't put the puck in the back of the net. But, yeah, that was big. And, you know, we'll see. State, for the most part, did good staying out of the box. Webb with the big hit. And he sat for 5 minutes, but that's a trend. Staying out of the box has been an issue for State. The last 4 periods, well, I take that back. Duke had didn't they have a bunch of power plays last night towards the end?
They did. So State went around, I want to say they killed about 5 penalties.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so State's been better about staying out of the box. Still not where they want to be. I'll tell you what, it's hard for State. It seems to me it's just hard for them to string 3 periods together of staying out of the box. And, you know, that's how it is. And you're never going to have a perfect team. You just, it's not possible, especially at this level. And so I think State's gotten better at staying out of the box. But one thing, you know, in the ACHA, ACCHL, you really never know with the officials. It depends on who's calling what on a given night. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on the officiating in this league?
Being a ref is the hardest thing to do, Ethan, and we talk about it a lot, and it's not something that I think is talked about enough because everybody's usually saying, oh, the refs are so bad and things like that. And, you know, as much as a fan of myself wants to agree with him, I'm going to have to disagree because we look at the kind of job the refs have to do. They have to call penalties on the fly, make a lot of big decisions on the ice as well. They can really determine the outcome of the game. So the officiating in this league is more... It's a very hard job, Ethan, and there's really no going around it.
And I have limited experience as I did some umpiring for her baseball and some basketball refereeing. It's tough. It's a lot harder than it looks. And it's easy when you're watching a replay for the 4th time on TV. You know, obviously you know what the right call is. But still, it's frustrating. I mean, sometimes you see live a call and you're just like, what in the world? And then sometimes you see a live call, you're like, what in the world? And then you look around and, oh, hey, he was right. But either way, State's got to do better at staying out of the box, be better with their discipline. I'll tell you what, I've got to be better personally with timing these breaks that we're taking because I've been pretty bad at this.
Well, Ethan, one thing we can't talk about is choice of music here the Iceplex is going on, making it lively marketing entertainment for the fans here as well. Marketing is one thing that's not good, but they're playing some 2000 bops here. Absolutely beautiful music choice here by the Iceplex.
Yeah, they do have a good choice of music. I certainly agree with you there. State really has that at every sporting event. Football, basketball, baseball. I'll tell you what, the baseball DJ is really good. State taking the ice now. Guy down below wearing a Boston Bruins jersey. That's an interesting one. Down to the left there.
Oh, that is a Bruins jersey. Wearing the captain, number 33 is Zdeno Chara. Big defenseman there in the NHL, Ethan. And one thing we were talking about earlier, of course, State on the penalty kill last night. I was flipping through my notebook here. It turns out State killed 4 for 4. So still perfect on the penalty kill. Just a smaller number than we thought a little bit.
UNCW taking the ice now. Yeah, it's... Sometimes you lose track because they call matching penalties and stuff like that. It's difficult. We've got to do a better job of that, but sometimes you really don't know what the call is or why, because we don't get an explanation like you do in the NHL or something like that.
A lot of teams don't have a strong fan base here, Ethan, and one of the good things that we see tonight is that UNCW did bring a lot of people here, and you were talking about earlier, a lot of people do come on a regular basis from North Carolina teams, but this is a good show out. I mean, there's several UNCW fans right in front of us here, so it's a very good night here for just college hockey and just recognizing that hockey can be a thing in North Carolina.
It's certainly the best traveling contingent that State faces, I would say. And it's not that far, but, you know, Wake Forest, UNC Chapel Hill, Duke, Elon, who State didn't play this year. But those teams aren't far away, and, you know, UNCW brings more fans than all of them. So we've got to give kudos to the Seahawks on that. Don't know, you mentioned this is UNCW's last game of the season. Not sure if they have a tournament. I would imagine they do. I just don't know for sure. But last game of the year for them. And like I mentioned, they say they're undefeated, but State beat them in a shootout. In the ACHA website, it does say that it was a tie, but, you know, to each their own, I guess. They know deep down that it was a loss. Banashevitz across Jimenez, and they scored! Jimenez with a quick wrister 13 seconds into the period, and he's got his second goal of the night.
Prototypical, Ethan. This is something that we see a lot here from NC State. What a great job of Banashevitz on the interception, picking that puck up off the faceoff right there. UNCW had possession. Sam took it, made a beautiful cross-ice pass over to Luis. What a great job there.
2 early strikes here in the period. Well, 1 in each period, excuse me. Sorry. English is hard sometimes, you know? So is math. Math is harder than English, though.
I have an A in English right now, so that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. Probably won't last, though. Opportunity here for the Seahawks. I'm just kidding. In front of the net, State clears it out. And Jimenez kicks it ahead, trying to win the race, and he will. 1-on-2 here. He's got Banashevitz behind him, finds him, and his shot is blocked. I didn't say that meaning that you're not smart. I'm just saying, you know, it's only 2 weeks into the semester. And college is hard, in case you were wondering. Here's Todd. He loses the puck. I've had plenty of A's 2 weeks into the semester. It just didn't end well. Here comes the Seahawks the other way. Minute into the period, Banashevitz with another interception. He'll send it down.
Luis has the same amount of speed as he did last night. Really good skating player there by Jimenez.
Here comes Joey Alexander for the Seahawks, looking for Bennett, and a little off on their timing there. Seahawks take it behind the net now. Looking, holding, back up top, and they send it all the way down.
Not a good pass there by the Seahawks. Number 4 there for UNCW. If we can get his name. Nicholas Mateos. Mateos really needed to do a better job of realizing where that puck was and getting into it quicker. Not a good job there by the team that is trying to have offensive pressure.
Kinney looking to set it up in his own zone. Merchant gets it to him again. Behind the net now, Kinney has it. In front, Alfonzetti, he sent it wide. State gets it back up top. There's Vedetta back to Merchant. Crowd getting excited. Merchant working. A little confusion there with Alfonzetti. Merchant holds, sends it in front. Kinney couldn't finish it. State back in the neutral zone now. Vedetta tried to send it in but whiffed. Send it in the second time. Tries to keep it in the zone. Can't. Kinney has it. And little confusion here for State. Opportunity for the Seahawks off of a turnover. Here they come. Shot. Good pad save, Josh Cannon. UNCW sends it back around the net. State got a little sloppy here. UNCW's got a opportunity in their offensive zone, which they didn't have a whole lot of. Here they are working around a man. Caught up in his skates behind the net. And State takes it over. Here they come. Long pass up ahead. Kenny looking for Merchant. Couldn't get it to him. Just a bit out of reach. State tries to keep it in, but it's offsides.
I don't think that was an offsides. I think that was a little bit of a risky call there. But as you can see down there, Ethan, from at least our standpoint, there's a lot of snow on top of the blue line right there, so I couldn't see very well if Coquelenberg did have it in front of the line or not, but still a little bit of a risky call. But now the faceoff is in the neutral zone.
UNCW working ahead. They're down 3-0 here. I'll tell you what, you did say that they played last night, so maybe fatigue is a little bit of a factor for them.
They also may have bus legs too, Ethan, and that's a factor for sure.
Yep. I have bus legs as a broadcaster. Pass up ahead. Here's Linsmeyer. He works into the zone. Nice move, but he lost the puck. State will look to take over in front. That was a dangerous play for the Seahawks. Guess it hit the side of the net. State looks to keep it in the zone. They do momentarily, but Seahawks get it out. And here they come, 3-on-3. Big slap shot goes wide. And Johnston will get to the puck first. Johnston's a pretty quick skater, I got to say. You think of the fastest guys on the team, he's not one who comes to mind, but he can pick him up and put him down, as they say.
One thing I always say, Ethan, it's the hair that gives him the advantage, and definitely that mane is really shown off with his beautiful speed.
In front of the net, State turned it over there on a miscommunication, but State gets it out of the zone eventually. Mazikowski back to get this one. He gets knocked down, and he'll try to get the puck back. He cannot. Seahawks trying to get anything going at this point. Back in the neutral zone now. And State has it. Here's Mazikowski working up ahead. Long pass. Looking for Dewey, and he sent it wide. Webb has it. He'll send it on net, and it's deflected. Seahawks will take over. That's Alexander. Pass up ahead, intercepted. Mazikowski gets it. He'll work into the zone, looking for help. Tries to juke around a man, and Costigan sends it to the corner. Webb has it. Sends it out to the neutral zone. And O'Rourke picks it up.
You know, one thing, Ethan, and I may be wrong in this, and it may be just me, my opinion, but pro sports and college sports feel different in the way that the fans approach each game. It just seems like the college fans have a lot more fun at games than regular pro fans, even compared to Hurricanes games and these Ice Pack games. While the environment in a Hurricanes game is fun for sure, the fans out here for the State game are really having a good time as well, so it's definitely interesting to see the difference in the environments.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty spoiled when it comes to games that I've gotten to go to. And I got to agree with you. You know, crowds at State games are better than lots of other professional games I've been to. And I've been to games everywhere, really. But, yeah, I agree with you. State crowds are second to none, at especially hockey. And then you got football and basketball, even compared to professional teams like the Cowboys, Patriots, Panthers. Linsmeyer has it on the blue line now. Sends it around wide. Just my 2 cents on the crowd. You know, I'd say the crowd at the Iceplex here is really good. And send in front there. But I do think that a good crowd at the Iceplex is as good or better than any other crowd that we've seen anyway. Charlotte and UNCW are the ones that come to mind. But it's really not to take away from any of them. Linsmeyer working. He loses the puck, and Evangelist will send it around. State in the corner now. Centering pass, couldn't get it. O'Rourke tries to keep it in. Rushford does. And Costigan will take it in the corner now. Tipped in front, and they scored. Costigan sent it. And let's get a number on who tipped it in. I believe that was Linsmeyer. Costigan with a great pass from the corner. Linsmeyer tips in. State's up 4-0.
It seemed like there was a right shot that tipped that in, Ethan, so I'm not exactly sure. We'll get the official goal call from the PA announcer when the goal comes, but still, Ethan, that was the third goal of the game that was scored from a pass from behind the net. Great net front presence by State so far. It is now 4-0 in the second period.
Yeah, we will wait to see. I'm pretty certain that was Linsmeyer. Costigan was the one who made that play, though. Excellent work from the third line from the pack today. That's an icing. Yep, Linsmeyer gets the goal. Costigan and Rushford get the assists. 14 minutes to go. UNCW is upset about the icing, I believe. And to be honest, I didn't see it. I was listening to the goal call. State's first line back out there up 4-0. Tell you what, State played really well against Delaware, and the start to this game is rivaling the start to that one. State plays like this, they're gonna have an opportunity to win the ACCHL tournament. Deflected pass. State trying to get out of the zone, went in on Cannon. Luckily, he was paying attention and covered up. That could have been dangerous.
One thing, Ethan, that we really need to talk about again is these corner battles. The State's doing a great job of winning. They're having a better and better presence down low than we've seen all season, just progressing slowly game by game. So it's really promising to see that as well as UNCW controls the puck.
UNCW in front of the net. Here comes State the other way. They've got a 3-on-1. Danger time for the Seahawks. Jimenez with Banashevitz in front. He scored. That was easy. Jimenez and Banashevitz, they did it again. They just outskated everybody else. And they were the only two guys down there. Jimenez found Banashevitz. And this time it's the other way around. Banashevitz set up Jimenez twice. And now Jimenez sets up, or did I say that wrong? Banashevitz set up Jimenez twice, and now Jimenez sets up Banashevitz.
You know, one thing I think I find funny, Ethan, at every single home game, there's always a poster right behind the net. There's always a poster right behind the net towards the lobby there with the "That was easy" button on there for Sam Banashevitz. He usually taps that whenever he scores a goal, and that poster wasn't on the other side tonight. Couldn't tap it, but still, Ethan, that was easy.
Remember when that was the slogan at Staples, and then you just go press the button and it said "That was easy"?
I got one of those buttons. I still use it.
Yeah, that was a fad for like a couple of months. That was fun, though. 13:15 to go. Another long pass. Banashevitz is going to erase the icing. Finds Hudson. He sends it on net. Banashevitz behind the net now, trying to get it to Jimenez. He can't do it. Foot race here. UNCW is going to win this one. Here comes, well, I thought that was Alexander, but it's not. Sent in on net. Cannon tries to cover up. Can't. State gets it out of the zone anyway. That was Hunter Phillips for the Seahawks. My apologies. State up 5-0, almost halfway through this one. And long pass for Banashevitz out of his reach. Jimenez intercepts it in the neutral zone. Finds Banashevitz, tries to work around a man. He went down instead.
UNCW is just being obliterated right now here, Ethan.
Yeah, we're halfway through this one. It's certainly not over, but State has really dominated the last 60 minutes of play between the second half of the Duke game and the first half of this one. Can't ask for your team to play much better. Todd in front of the net. Jimenez couldn't get to it. They'll send it back. Chris Wing, he'll send it along the board. State making a change. Up ahead, there's Alexander looking for help. He's got it, sent on net, and Cannon makes a nice catch. Tell you what, UNCW can say they were undefeated all they want, but unless they turn things around in the next 30 minutes, they won't be undefeated. UNCW with confusion on the ice. They send it in on net again. Cannon covers up. I'll tell you what, Zach, I didn't do my due diligence and figure out what went on with the UNCW game last night and if it was a big game or not, because they sure look exhausted.
Absolutely, Ethan, and I think they won by a nice score too. But talk a little bit about the dominant duo between the two. Luis has 2 goals and assists. Sam has a goal and an assist tonight. So really tonight has just been a good performance by the two players.
Seahawks take over in their own zone. And they'll look to get it up. Long pass up ahead, intercepted. And Mazikowski will take it now. Here he comes. He sends it in. Tell you what, Mazikowski's not afraid to go down low and do the dirty work on offense. Here come the Seahawks the other way. Sent in. Cannon makes a nice glove save. 11:15 to go. Getting a little choppy here, middle of the second period.
Yeah, since State came out flying, it's been a little bit on the sloppier side here, Ethan. And still, I think both teams are playing a great game. But right now, I think they both need to settle down and just really start to play some zone play, because right now they're too focused on playing the rush game. But I still think the zone play could be just as effective. Puck goes wide right there, and State now gains control.
Off the face-off. And battle along the boards. There's Mazikowski. For State, he'll get it up ahead of Linsmeyer. He's got a goal. Tell you what, Linsmeyer's been an excellent depth scorer for State. On the third line, Johnson sends it in on net, a little wide. Linsmeyer picks it up. He'll find Johnson. Johnson tries to hang on to it. He does momentarily. Two Seahawks converge. And Linsmeyer gets out. Tried to center. It didn't go anywhere. Johnson goes down. Doesn't look like there's going to be a penalty. There is not. Opportunity for Dewey. It got blocked in front. Bessemer couldn't see it. And Seahawks will head the other way. Here they come. Here's Alexander working. Tries to go around Mazikowski, and he loses the puck behind the net now. Back in front. Good setup, and Cannon with the glove save covers up.
Great defensive pressure there by Cam Mazikowski as Joey Alexander came flying in through the sideboards right there. Just a really good, solid job. Puck came back out, and Josh Cannon made the easy save. So far, I think Cam Mazikowski is having one of the better games of any of the defensemen on this team.
I'll tell you what, there's not a whole lot to complain about any player at this point, up 5-0 against a team as good as UNCW. Off the post there, off the face-off. Cannon deflected it, and it went off the post. UNCW looks like they may have woken up here the last couple minutes. Maybe they were listening to me. Battle along the boards now. And UNCW tried to get out of there with it. They couldn't. Long pass intended for Schwartz gets sent all the way back around. Vedetta and O'Rourke. Vedetta lets O'Rourke play it back to Vedetta. And long pass up ahead, intercepted. There's Evangelist. Got to keep an eye on him in front of the net. Centering pass. And got stuck in Schwartz's skates. And he'll dump it down. Turnover there. Webb forces it in front of the net, and can't tell who that was. Couldn't get a stick to it. Seahawks head the other way. Evangelist, his shot is blocked and goes out of the zone. Seahawks send it back in. They'll have to check up. Cannon tries to stop it, but can't. 9 seconds to go. Second period. Vedetta whiffed on the backhand. He gets pinned along the boards. Behind the net now. Schwartz. Big scrum. Couple guys go down. And let's see who gets out of there with it. I believe that's Costigan right there. State gets it.
Great corner battle win there by State. Really simple. Now they have puck possession, getting ready for this breakout here.
Long pass up ahead, and that was deflected by Costigan. They're going to look for an icing, and they don't get it. State won the race to the puck. And here they come. There's Jimenez. He fires. Bessemer didn't know where the puck was, but he found it.
Really good tip there by Costigan to prevent the icing. He knew there was no way of catching that puck, so the tip prevented the icing, which would have caused the face-off back in the NC State end. So really good, small, simple, under-the-radar hockey play there by Costigan.
Sent up and around and out of play. So we'll do it again to the right of Bessemer.
Faceoffs have been critical here, Ethan, and State's doing a good job of them tonight, and they just need to keep it up. Last night, of course, they won in the faceoff department. Looking at it tonight, of course, they made several good plays off the faceoff, and right there, Eric Todd won it, and Chris Wing took a shot right there. Really good job of setting up plays.
Hudson keeps it in, and that's Jimenez working. He'll keep it in across Banashevitz. Banashevitz fires, and he's got one of the fastest wrist shots that you'll see at this level. Here's Chris Wing, fakes the slap shot, then fires, looking for the tip, couldn't get it. Eric Todd will take over off the forced turnover, sends it back. Banashevitz looking for help. His pass is deflected, he'll get out of the zone. 8 minutes to go, second period. Stayed up 5-0, and this has been the most dominating performance to date so far. UNCW scores. Real quick, right as I was mentioning how good State's been, the Seahawks break the shutout. That was
Bennett Clark, the team's third leading scorer. What a great job there by Bennett Clark. A really good wrist shot from the far side of that face-off. Nothing Josh Cannon can do about that. That was labeled. That puck had eyes, and there was really no way that State could have combated that. That was just a really good hockey play and a really good hockey shot.
Well, State got a little sloppy there. That's where the opportunity came from. And Cannon couldn't make the save. So Bennett Clark, here's Joey Alexander, and shot through traffic. Good save by Josh Cannon. Bennett Clark, his 10th goal of the year.
A 10-goal season, Ethan. That's not bad by any means.
Nope. Mazikowski off the face-off. He's got it. He'll leave it for somebody. Joey Alexander's the one who got to it for the Seahawks, and State dodges a bullet as Merchant clears it out. Seahawks in the neutral zone now. Long pass, can't get there. Koeklenberg and Joey Alexander in a race. Alexander knocks Koeklenberg down. That doesn't happen very often. He comes out of the zone with it, and he lost the puck. Mazikowski collects it. Here comes State. They've got a opportunity with a good pass. They couldn't get it. Mazikowski has it back in the neutral zone. Here he comes. He's got a 3-on-2. Sets up Kinney. His shot off the pad. Rebound. And Koeklenberg whiffed on it. Still looking for his first goal of his career so he can take the orange laces off. And it's going to be offside, so State will pick it up, and we got a whistle.
That should have been a little bit of a penalty there. One of the UNCW players punched Tyler Alfanzetti. That was not a good move right there. It seems like they're going to send...
Yeah, they're sending them both. Alfanzetti and Cooper Ryder sit. I didn't see the play, Zach.
I didn't... Well, so Alfanzetti was sort of holding number 22 there for UNCW. That was Cooper Ryder, one of our players to watch for tonight. Cooper Ryder got a little bit aggravated by that and then went for the punch on Alfanzetti after the whistle had been blown, or before, I can't exactly remember, but still, unsportsmanlike conduct most likely will go to Cooper Ryder, and for Alfanzetti, probably a hold. That's as far as I know anyway.
.6:39 to go, so this will be matching Miners. Four-on-four play here. Linsmeyer loses the faceoff for the Pack. Tell you what, next 6.5 minutes are crucial. UNCW has a little momentum. State's got to make sure they don't get back in this game. Another opportunity for Clark. His shot doesn't get through. Clark goes down. Could have been a trip. They're not going to call it. It was inadvertent. Here comes Dewey 4-on-4. His shot is deflected. Hangs up on the boards for a while. Finally gets down. Rushford intercepts the long pass. And UNCW forces a turnover. Rushford lost the puck there. Here comes Evangelos. He loses the puck. O'Rourke gets it. He looks for help. Can't get it. UNCW has it behind the ice now. Behind the net. O'Rourke went down and they scored. Evangelos with his 5th goal of the year. I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. O'Rourke slipped and the puck went in front. And Evangelos slapped it home, and it's 5-2.
Holy moly there, Ethan. What a clap bomb from the point. Absolutely outstanding shot right there by Tyler Evangelos, and that's not a shot you see very often. Ripped that puck harder than a piece of paper. I swear on my life, that was the hardest shot I've ever seen in this league. And we're probably going to see some more heading into the ACCHL tournament, Ethan, but that was a big 4-on-4 goal there for UNCW.
State off the face-off. Here they come behind the net now. Looked like they could have had a 2-on-1, couldn't do anything with it. Seahawks will head the other way now, looking to cut into this lead some more. And here they come, working around behind the net now. Looking for help, lots of space here. Back up top to the blue line. Shot blocked by Kinney. Hudson gets there first. Kinney goes down. That should be a trip. It's not going to be. Merchant has it, trying to work through two guys. He can't. 40 seconds of 4-on-4 left. And Seahawks head the other way.
Coach Gazzillo displeased with the non-call there on the trip. I saw a little bit of the shake of his head. Typically very vocal about his opinions about the refs, so really unfortunate there for Coach Gazzillo and club.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been a trip here. Opportunity for the Pack, pass across, and they couldn't get it. Chris Wing will kick it to himself and send it into the corner. Costigan on now. He'll get it to Hudson, and he'll work around a man. And he'll fire off the pad. Rebound. State couldn't get it. 4-on-4 is over. Alfonsetti and Cooper Ryder back on the ice. There's Webb. He knocks a man down to get the puck, but couldn't connect on the pass, looking for Costigan. Schwartz sends it in, and State has to check up, so UNCW will take over.
Webb's physicality has stepped up a lot this season. Very pleased with this play so far.
That's going to be an icing off the long pass. 4:15 to go. State leads 5-2. I'll tell you what, Zach, now that UNCW scored, that 30 minutes was, I don't think you can dominate a game more than State did.
Oh, not at all, and I think UNCW's really good response right there was those 2 goals, and they're really starting to find life in this game. But I still think State has the upper advantage here based solely on their ability to have good energy.
Costigan sends it in. It hits the ref's skates. A long pass again. That should be icing, and it is. Yeah, I mean, a 5-goal lead is nothing in this league, really, if you ask me. There's just so much space and so many good scorers. 5-goal lead is nothing. And, no, I shouldn't say nothing, but, you know, you scored 2 goals in a 5-goal lead in a 5-goal game in the second period, then all of a sudden you got an opportunity off the face-off there. Bessemer covers up. Under 4 minutes to go, so State will look to get the momentum back here in the next 4 minutes. We'll have Jeff Wing on. Second intermission to get his thoughts.
So far in this game here, Ethan, State not doing well on the power play, but doing exceptional on the penalty kill.
State's only had 1 power play.
Yeah.
Jimenez pinned along the boards. Gets out of there with the puck anyway. Loses the puck. There's Banashevitz. He fires it off Alexander's leg. Alexander grimaced a little bit. Banashevitz gets it back. He'll leave it. There's Koeklenberg deflected off the side of the net. That's Banashevitz. He'll look for Todd. He flips along to Banashevitz. Todd tries to get it back. UNCW gets it and heads the other way. Here they come, 1-on-3. Excellent pass to Alexander. Works around a man. Pass in front. Cannon makes the save. Excellent save. State can't get it out. There's Evangelist. He'll send it wide. Jimenez looked like he was going to head the other way. Sets it up in his own defensive zone. That was a dangerous play, but he'll get out of there with it. Here comes Banashevitz. He's got Todd to his left. In front to Todd. He kicked it in. They're not going to count it.
No, that wasn't a kick. That was not a kick. That's a bad call by the ref right there. That puck was simply tapped off the skate and went in, and they're not going to review that as well, which is a very interesting series of events. Puck's going to go back to the neutral zone. The goal doesn't count if it's kicked, but literally Todd was just sliding in, and there was no kicking motion right there, so that is not a good call there by the ref. It should be 6-2 NC State.
I don't know. It looked kind of like a kick to me, but puck caught in the ref's skates again. Alfonsetti takes it away. Would have been a goal for Todd and assisted by Banashevitz. I'll tell you what, Banishevitz's speed is just ridiculous, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. 2:38 to go. Rushford slips. O'Rourke comes to get the puck, sends it around. He'll find Merchant. Merchant tips it to himself, looking for Alfonsetti. It's intercepted, so bullet dodge there for UNCW. I think Todd couldn't get his stick where he wanted it. Maybe he got stuck, and that's why he kicked it in instead, or at least went off his skate. Evangelist sends it back around. State will take over. 2:10 to go. Second period, excuse me. O'Rourke dances around a man, sends it up to Kinney. He's got Merchant, and he'll hold. No offsides. Could have been offsides. Kinney goes through the legs in front, and O'Rourke couldn't get it. I'll tell you what, they tried all last night to get O'Rourke a goal, and that was the best opportunity that he's had all year.
Ryan Kinney was just lost in the sauce right there, and I say that a lot about him, but what a job moving in right there to try to get that puck to the front of the slot. Beautiful job right there by Ryan Kinney.
Yeah, he went between the legs. That would have been a highlight reel goal. If it happened, it did not. Alfonsetti back in the neutral zone now. Looks for Kinney, gets it to him. There's Chris Wing. He'll hold and send it to Alfonsetti off the boards. Alfonsetti dodges a hit.
Body check the ref, I think there, Ethan.
Yeah, it went into the boards. Here come the Seahawks the other way. Cannon with a nice glove save.
Really, really great job here by NC State, and a really even better save there by Josh Cannon. Very simple, not too much going on right now, and Josh Cannon is being stable as he can. Give up 2 in this period, but nonetheless, I still think he's having a great game here, Ethan. UNCW won that draw right there.
Alexander has it. And State will head the other way off the loose puck. Here comes Hudson. He'll send it on net. Good pad save. Bessemer. Johnson has it now. In front of the net. Dewey couldn't get it, and Seahawks will take it away. You got a 2-on-1 the other way. Here's Alexander, and he'll send it across, and they couldn't get a stick on it. Opportunity there for Cooper Ryder. Could have cut the deficit to 2, excuse me. 40 seconds to go. Here comes Johnson. He'll send it on net. Bessemer makes the glove save and covers up.
Yeah, Lensmeyer was calling for the pass right there, and Johnson just couldn't get it to him. And that was a sad situation of events because that would have been a pretty good breakout right there. But the puck had its own idea, Ethan.
35 seconds left in the period. State really just trying to hang on at this point. At least for the next 40 seconds, and then regroup in the intermission. Nice move there for Dewey. That was Schwartz, actually. Chris Wing takes it in the neutral zone now. State sends it up ahead. Costigan dumps it in. 20 seconds to go. Schwartz in hot pursuit. Seahawks send it ahead. There's Bennett, I believe. Bennett Clark. 10 seconds left in the period. Here comes State looking for one final push. There's Costigan, has an assist on the night. 4 seconds to go, and that's going to do it for the period. Big slap shot. That wasn't necessary. Either way, 5-2. NC State leads after 2 periods. Zach, your initial thoughts after 40 minutes?
I think that period was great for State, but also a big one for UNCW. State, of course, got several goals in that period, and UNCW came back to life with those 2. Mainly, great job right there by Clark and Evangelist to get those goals, and now they're back into it.
We'll be back with an interview with Coach Jeff Wing and more in our second intermission. NC State leads UNCW 5-2 on PackTV.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
WKNC 88.1 is student-run non-commercial radio from North Carolina State University. We pride ourselves on our alternative programming of indie rock, electronic, metal, and underground hip-hop. Boasting 25,000 watts, WKNC can be heard throughout the Triangle and far beyond via our webcast. Listen to us on your radio at 88.1 FM, online at wknc.org/listen, or through the student media app for Android and iPhone. Check out our program schedule at wknc.org and follow us on social media at WKNC 881.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Hey, are you okay?
She's passed out.
It looks like she threw up all over there.
Her heart rate is slow and she feels kind of cold.
This isn't right. She drank way too much. She has signs of alcohol poisoning. We need to get her help right away. I'm calling 911. She's underage. Will she get in trouble?
No, and neither will we. Any student seeking medical attention for a drug overdose will not be charged with specific violations of the Student Code of Conduct, and she could die if we don't get her help.
Okay, I'm howling for help.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Well, another game where we can count the goals, as many fingers as we have in our hands. Right there, Coach. Zach Sawai for PackTV alongside assistant coach Jeff Wing. Prototypical second period intermission report. Coach, how are you feeling?
You know, good. I think we were playing well. We were letting them get back in the game, though. So whereas in the first period, we were the emphasis was a little extra effort on every shift. And you might have seen a few things, just a little tap it out of the zone, that kind of thing was working really well. I think we slacked off a little bit in the second period, so that'll be the focus in the third.
Now, of course, Coach, UNCW is having a comeback advantage right now. Do you think that is because an NC State took away Kevin Keats from them?
You know, it's hard to say. I think what we're trying to do again, is keep their shots to the outside. We weren't as successful in the second period as we were in the first, but we'll have to do that in the third.
Absolutely, Coach. But I want to talk a little bit about some of the goals that were scored in this period. Of course, you had a great goal, two of them by this dominant duo, and Sam and Luis, and of course you had that one goal by, I had to catch the name right there, Ryan Lensmeyer. Really great behind the net pass there.
Yeah.
Just talk about the offensive pressure that's come from NC State in this period.
Well, it's certainly that Lindsay goal is prototypical of what happened there, right? So we had a little pressure behind that. I think it was Alfonsetti got the puck out to him and a tap in. So it was that's what we're looking for.
Now, your team tonight has had 29 shots, not as much as last night, but still, Coach, what has been happening with the offensive pressure tonight, and especially defense as well? For by my count, you only give up 25 shots tonight, so that means Josh Cannon has made 23 saves. So just talk about overall your focus from tonight compared to last night.
Again, the focus really is more on the energy. And I think we talked about last night where we got a good forecheck and a good back check in the neutral zone. That really helped us. Tonight, we're just the focus is the front of our net and the front of their net. So really the focus now is keep tying up their sticks in front of our net. They were getting shots from the inside in the second period, so we need to make sure if they get that first shot through, we're covering up the rebound, which I think we did a reasonably good job of. Their two shots were actually pretty much straight on shots. They were good shots, frankly.
Josh Cannon, of course, having a spectacular night tonight. Coach, what do you think of his play tonight?
You know, more you typically get what do you get out of Josh. He's pretty technically sound. He tracks the puck really well. He's doing a really nice job on rebounds tonight. I think he's better than I've seen in the past. So I think he's doing a great job. He just had two great shots that got past him, but other than that, he's doing really good.
The team is donning very beautiful pink jerseys tonight, Coach, for a very important cause. Talk a little bit about why tonight is such an important night for breast cancer awareness.
You know, I think it's I think probably most people here and most families listening have had people impacted. In fact, my mother and my sister were both impacted and survivors. So I think we're everybody's touched by this. So the fact that we can try to raise a little bit of money and be part of the solution is really important to all of us.
Very inspirational night tonight, Coach. And, of course, what's going to be your inspiration to the team for this third and final period?
Play like the first period. You know, a little energy, a little extra effort every shift, and we'll be fine.
Short, sweet, and simple. Coach, thank you for joining us. Me and Ethan Berry will be right back for a quick stand-up before this third period right here on PackTV.
Getting set for the third period here. NC State leading UNCW 5-2. Pretty dominating first 30 minutes, as I mentioned, Zach. UNCW got 2 goals back. Oh, excuse me. What do the Seahawks need to do to really make NC State?
You know, they were coming back on top there a little bit towards the end of that period, Ethan, so I think what UNCW has to do is just ride that momentum from the last little bit that they had that upper advantage.
Josh Cannon's been pretty good in net, wouldn't you say?
Josh Cannon has just been absolutely outstanding, and Coach Wink said it best. I mean, he stopped 23 of 25 shots tonight, Ethan, and that's very good statistical numbers. So that's one thing you really need to take into account as well.
What does State need to correct from the final 10 or so minutes?
It seems like they went a little bit flat towards the end of the period there from my standpoint, Ethan, but all in all, I feel like State really did have a good period. I mean, they did score upwards of 3 or 4 goals in that period. I lost track, and I'm sure the team did as well.
Yeah, 3 goals.
3 goals in that period, Ethan. I mean, tonight is looking like a practice scrimmage, in all honesty. So really, State needs to step it up and make sure that they really just keep up what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree. I think State might have gotten a little lackadaisical there the end of the second period with a 5-goal lead. But UNCW is a good team. And like I said, they're looking to finish off what in their minds is an undefeated season. If you missed it, they are 14-0-1 on the year. NC State beat them in a shootout back in November. They put it on their record as a tie, which is technically correct. But at the end of the day, at least in my mind, you still lost the shootout. So it's kind of like UCF claiming the national championship in my mind. Just because you went undefeated doesn't mean that you win the national championship. Because you beat a team that the national championship lost to, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Just like you lost in the shootout, so you're not undefeated. But anyway, look, if you want to celebrate it, go ahead.
If anything, one thing I would like to see the ACHA implement is shootout points. So in professional hockey, teams operate by a three-column system where they have wins, losses, and overtime losses and / shootout losses. Right now, the league only does wins, losses, overtime losses, and ties. I think they should eliminate ties. That's personally me, because I do agree with you in some sense about the shootouts and things like that, but I do think that the ACHA should implement where instead of getting no points from an overtime or a shootout loss, they get 1 point instead of 2. That's just personally me.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Getting set for face-off here. State scored a goal 57 seconds in, or actually it might have been 63 seconds in to the first period, and then 13 seconds in the second period. We'll see if they can get another quick one. But UNCW's got it in the offensive zone momentarily. Banashevitz up ahead finds Todd. He loses the puck. UNCW sends it back down. State will take over. Rushford got double teamed there. He was in trouble. And Eric Todd will be back to get it. Along the boards, there's Jimenez. UNCW with early possession here. Puck blocked, and Bessemer's going to have to cover this one up with Banashevitz coming in. Thought Banashevitz might be able to catch up to that puck, and Bessemer was going to have to come out and play it.
He looked upset about it too there, Ethan. He went in and really just kind of slammed his stick up on the boards. A little bit of frustration there from Banashevitz.
Quick first shift for the first line. They're off after 40 seconds. Merchant taking the face-off. Usually Alfonsetti's the guy taking the face-off. He sends it on net. Bessemer with the save. Rebound. State couldn't send it in. Merchant taking the face-offs tonight. Big body for UNCW. Let's see who that is. Chris Schwartz, I believe that was, for the Seahawks with a big hit. Seahawks head the other way. They've got an opportunity here, and they're offsides. 18:57 to go. Stay with 2 more home games after this one, and I'll get to use my favorite word next week. Actually, it's not really my favorite word. It's just a cool word. Penultimate. Second to last.
Second to last.
I like to show off my vocabulary, really, because there's not much to show off about it. But
did you get an A in English, Ethan?
No, definitely not. 18:48 to go. State behind their own net now. Kenny along the boards. Seahawks send it in. Intercepted by Alfonsetti. Long pass for Merchant. He couldn't get it. Seahawks in their own zone now. Back and forth, first 90 seconds here. Alfonsetti had it momentarily but lost it. Seahawks working in the state zone now behind the net. Here they come. They send it back up top. Big shot blocked by Kenny. That one didn't feel good. And Mazikowski will play it behind his net. He'll look to send it up ahead, and that's going to be a long pass, and it'll be icing. Tired legs here for second line. They're going to have to withstand potentially another opportunity for the Seahawks.
There's not much to say here about a minute 53 in here, and there's really not much going on here, Ethan, and it's just been a good back and forth start of the period here, and I just really can't say much. I don't know about yourself.
Yeah, not a whole lot happening. State wins the face-off. They're going to need to get a change here any second now. Kenny tips it ahead. UNCW sends it back in. Mazikowski has it now. Koeklenberg up ahead. There's Kenny. That second line still out there for the Pack. They're approaching a 2-minute shift here, which is long for hockey. Zach, can you talk a little bit about how long typical shifts are for offensive, for forwards and for defensemen?
Absolutely. So as time has progressed on since the early days of hockey, shifts used to be about 2 minutes long here.
Alexander looking, holding in front. Cannon deflects it into the corner. Go ahead.
Absolutely, Ethan. So talking more about shifts.
Big slap shot goes wide.
We'll talk about it as soon as the play stops here.
State headed the other way. That was bad timing on my part. Here comes Johnston working, and Seahawks will take over. They'll get it out. Hudson has it now. Sends it along Chris Wing. Dewey sends it in. Johnson back behind the net for the Pack. There's Evangelist. He's got a goal for the Seahawks. And here they come. Pass deflected. Good defensive play. UNCW eventually gets it out. And here they come, looking to put a dent into this NC State lead. Good pass. Opportunity. Cannon with the save. Open rebound out in front. State cleared it out. Dangerous chance there. Dewey in hot pursuit. Couldn't intercept the pass. And Seahawks will chip it ahead. That's not going to be icing. It was deflected. Chris Wing behind his own net now. And here comes State. Pass up ahead. Believe that's Webb. Johnston finds Dewey. Here comes Dewey. He goes into Bessemer. Bessemer goes down. Bessemer made the save. I think Dewey lost the puck more than he shot it. good hit there from Eric Webb. Bessemer's all right. He's up and has a stick back. That was an odd play. Big hit into the boards by Webb. Seahawks looking for a penalty. They won't get it. Pass up ahead. Here's Costigan. He loses it going 1-on-3. State keeps it in the zone. Webb trying to get it. Can't get it. Physicality ramping up here. State keeps it in the zone. Schwartz dumps it in. Bessemer catches it. Leaves it for his defenseman. Costigan in hot pursuit. Webb went after the puck. Couldn't get it. And here comes Rushford. He'll keep it in. Behind the net now, looking for help. And he sends it back out. It was deflected. State trying to keep it in. UNCW heads the other way. Here they come. Breakaway opportunity. That's going to be a penalty.
That's a penalty shot.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, they're going. They're not. Wow.
I'll tell you what. That I honestly forgot who was. I think it was Schwartz. But if you ask me, yes, it should have been a penalty shot, but it also was a good penalty because that was a breakaway. Do you agree?
No, I don't, Ethan, and here's particularly why. Because instead of giving up a goal now, they're going to give up 2 minutes of time, and even though they may give up a goal or kill it off, this kill momentum, even strength momentum for State, and that's going to really put a damper on their good mood. But going back to what we're talking about shifts and things like that, back in the early days of hockey, shifts used to be near 2 minutes, but the game has progressed to where things have just become so quick and the players have become so fast and so strong that the game is really just going to tire these players out. So shifts are now coaches want to keep it between 30 and 40 seconds. If they can do that, and it's a good shift for them as well. And that works for both defensemen and offensemen.
There you go. Yeah, that's going to be a 4-minute penalty. I'm actually not sure why it was a 4-minute penalty. Do you know why?
There was a hook and also a slash, so they maybe just combined penalties.
So danger time here for State. They're still up 3 goals, but UNCW's got an opportunity. Here they come. Shot across in front, cleared out. Evangelist gets it back. Seahawks have it, looking to set things up. They got 4 minutes. State killed off a 5-minute penalty earlier. That shot goes wide, might have hit the post. Linsmeyer trying to get it out. He does. State's going to have a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Looking for Merchant. Merchant gets it, kicks it to himself, trying to get it to Linsmeyer. He couldn't finish it. Seahawks dodge a bullet.
So close there, Easton. So very close.
Here's Alexander looking. 3.5 minutes to go on the power play. Here they come. That's Bennett. Back up top, Evangelist. Another big slap shot. Cannon with the save.
Swallowed whole there by Josh Cannon. What a beautiful job right there on that save. Really good breakout as well there with, I believe that was Merchant and Alfonsetti. Merchant and Lensmeyer. My goodness, I don't know my numbers today. I don't do math very well, but still, those 2 players creating that breakout was a really good opportunity for both of them.
Tell you what, you take getting the, you take having the names on the jersey for granted. State wins the face-off, clears it down. And, no names on the jersey tonight with the special breast cancer awareness night. Obviously a great cause, as we mentioned. State will keep it in the zone. Johnson with a dangerous play back into the neutral zone. UNCW could have taken that. Rushford with a big hit into the bench. No penalty. Johnson flips it all the way down. He hit him right into the door, and so the door opened up.
That wouldn't be a penalty right there, Ethan. That was just a scary situation. Clean hit, just at a very risky.
Yeah, that's an interesting spot over there. Agree with you on that, though. 2:30 to go on the power play for the Seahawks. Here they come. There's Alexander. Excellent pass. They go for the 3-way passing play, and the State kept it out of the net somehow.
What a save by Josh Cannon, Ethan.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That puck had dead to rights towards the net, but Josh Cannon stuck out the leg pad. What a beautiful save.
My mind went blank there for a second as Vedetta loses his stick. I apologize, but that was an excellent save by Josh Cannon. Banishevitz working hard on the power play. Here he comes. He's maybe got a breakaway. He's too far out. His shot goes off the leg pad. Halfway through this power play, and here come the Seahawks. That was just a phenomenal save by Josh Cannon on the tic-tac-toe passing play. They looked like the second guy had a shot, but he didn't take it. Second guy took it. Banishevitz blocks the shot, and he'll take it away in the neutral zone. See what he tries to do. He sends it on net. Bessemer is going to cover up. Somebody lost a stick. That was Evangelist.
That was a long sequence of events there, Ethan, but all in all, I'd say State really has been doing well on this penalty kill. They've killed off 2 minutes, 26 seconds of it, and that's just incredible that State has had this aggressive of a power play to where they're actually getting shots on Bessemer as the goaltender, so really good job. Somebody's calling a timeout
looks
here.
Like UNCW. Yeah, it looks like UNCW. Yep. I'll tell you what, though. I screwed up that call on the save by Cannon, but that was really a phenomenal save. And my mind just kind of, I just forgot who was in net for State. I'm trying to figure out what's going on over the loudspeaker, but
I did hear Andrew Kristoff's name.
Yeah, I did too. That's why I was confused. I'll tell you what, though, that save. Wish we could show you a replay of it, but they had a 3-on-2. They made a first great pass. It looked like they had an open net. They made a second great pass, and they definitely had an open net. But Cannon was able to get back in position, and really just one of the best saves we've seen all year. I mean, we know Joey Hall makes plenty of excellent saves, but that save by Cannon was right up there with the best of them that we've seen this year.
Yeah, Josh Cannon tonight has just really shown why State can rely on not only Joey Hall and Ian Hutchison, but Josh Cannon as well. He's just had an outstanding game so far here, Ethan.
1:30 to go on the power play. UNCW's got an opportunity here. 3-on-1. Here comes Alexander. Pass across, intercepted. Great play. I believe that's Mazikowski. He might have saved a goal there. 3-on-1 for the Seahawks. State can't let that happen again. They'll set it up. There's Clark. Evangelist sends it on net. Rebound out in front. Merchant takes it away. He'll work into the neutral zone. And he'll fire. Good save by Bessemer.
Vedetta, I did not like that pinch right there. And I'm sure a lot of people get confused in when I say what I mean pinch. Pinch basically means when you're standing in a position for a defenseman and you see the puck is in front of you, you jump from your position, you literally pinch from your position to go get it. I didn't like what Vedetta did right there because it led to a 3-on-1 breakout, Ethan.
Yeah, I agree. That was dangerous, especially with Alexander having the puck on his stick. State wins the faceoff into their own zone. They get it out into the neutral zone, and here come the Seahawks again. Johnson, one of State's best penalty killers. They set it up behind the net now, and they missed. They whiffed on the pass, I should say. Evangelist is back to get it. That's not what the Seahawks wanted to see. Long pass up ahead. Chris Wing will be back to get it. That's icing.
Yeah, the Seahawks power play. The Seahawks power play tonight, Ethan, has been just very abysmal looking at it so far, and it's been a little bit disappointing to see that State has had many good attempts at scoring and things like that, and the Seahawks just haven't been able to capitalize on they've had several long power plays, Ethan. This is just very disappointing.
Yeah, it's their second long power play of the game. And 30 seconds left on this one. State's only taken 2 penalties, but they've both been long ones. 20 seconds to go. Here come the Seahawks behind the State net. Circling, looking. And they'll set it up with 15 seconds to go. Pass across, little too far out of the reach of Clark. And they'll have it 10 seconds to go. Back up top to the blue line. Evangelist keeps it in. Here come the Seahawks back to Evangelist. Shot deflected out of play. Penalties over. State 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. 2 long power plays.
State has killed 9 minutes of penalty time, Ethan. That's just an incredible amount to see. Not something you see very often, so great job by the penalty kill here.
11:19 to go. That was a big kill for the State. So it could have been a penalty shot, I should say. Instead, Seahawks had 4 minutes power play and they didn't score. They look for the shot off the face-off. Player goes down, gets the puck back though. Chris Wing has it now. Banishevitz long pass ahead. Jimenez tried to kick it to his stick. Couldn't. Here comes Todd. Actually, that's Hudson. Had to leave the puck because he was going to be offsides with Jimenez. Chris Wing back to get it. He'll leave it. That's Eric Todd. He'll look to set things up. Jimenez looking for the Banashevitz on the long pass. Seahawks head the other way with it. 10:40 to go. Shot. Good save. Josh Cannon kicks it aside. Good move there. Backhand on net. Another save for Cannon. State needs to get some momentum back and have a good offensive opportunity at some point here in the next couple of minutes. Here comes Todd behind his net. These are the guys you want on the ice when you need a goal. Todd chips it ahead. Here's Jimenez working. State outmanned, but they went for the centering pass to Banashevitz. He couldn't get there in time. O'Rourke sends it to Jimenez. This is what State needs right here. Jimenez fires. Good save. Banashevitz in front, sends it on net. That was Todd looking to catch it and drop it to himself. Couldn't do it. Halfway through the third period, that one goes wide. Here's Rushford. Long pass up ahead. Jimenez. Jimenez gets taken down, and no penalty.
That's a cross check there, Ethan. Not a good call there by the refs.
Non-call, not a good non-call.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Cannon makes a glove save on the other end. 9:37 to go.
There's not much to say here, Ethan. It's just been a very good back-and-forth contest from what we've seen. A lot of missed passes there from State. Once again, they really need to stop simplifying it. They're trying to do a little bit too much on the rush, and while it can be a good thing, I think they should settle it down and make sure they just have good zone play.
State wins the face-off. Rushford has it and goes out of play. Fatigue really starting to set in, I'm sure, for both teams. UNCW's really looked tired the whole game. This is State's third game in 6 nights, if I'm not mistaken.
If UNCW doesn't win tonight, one thing we can attribute to that is the fact that their coaches have very good blazers right now. I love this very dark navy blue blazer worn by one of their assistant coaches. Great choice in style.
Can't disagree with you on that one. I'm not much into the fashion, but they do look pretty sharp. Here's Alfonsetti. Good shot, goes wide. Seahawks will head the other way. They lose the puck, though. Rushford takes it over. Tries to juke around a man, couldn't do it. And Kinney couldn't keep it in, so State tries to check up. Kinney gets it back in the neutral zone, though. Here he comes, working. Into the boards, passes in front. Alfonsetti tipped it. It went on net. Merchant gets it. Merchant has it now. Looking for the backhand. It got blocked. Couldn't get through. And UNCW will take over. Long pass up ahead. This is a foot race. UNCW is going to win it. Rushford with a big hit. No penalty. Looks like it could have been one on Evan Ciesliga, I guess. I don't know how you pronounce that. Kinney behind the Seahawks net now. He gets drilled. Seahawks head the other way. Nobody there. Long pass. Kokenberg tried to knock it down. He could not. Kokenberg avoids a hit, but UNCW forces a turnover. Pass in front. That was Will Took for the Seahawks. They'll take it again. Here's Alexander working in front of the net. Opportunity. Clark backhander goes wide. Not sure if Cannon got a piece of it. Puck on the other side. Seahawks will get it back. Took second leading scorer for the Seahawks, and this is going to be a delayed penalty on NC State. Seahawks will head to the power play once NC State touches it. They've got the 6th man on now. Opportunity here for the Seahawks in front of the net. Backhander, and Cannon makes the save.
Not sure what that call was, Ethan. We'll find out as soon as the ref goes to the penalty box here. But the penalty is going to be on, looks like Ryan Kinney or John Kokenberg. I can't really see. It's John Kokenberg.
Yeah.
I think they're calling it a hook. Don't take my word 100%, but that's what I did see the ref use the hand gesture for, so we'll find out when time will tell.
.7:45 to go. Kokenberg sitting for the Pack. Third power play for the Seahawks. They've had 9 minutes of a man advantage so far today and haven't scored. A little bit of a delay here. Now we're ready to go. Other thing about penalty kills is Banashevitz and Jimenez don't play much on the penalty kill. We see it occasionally, but Even when the other team doesn't score, that's time that Jimenez and Manischewitz aren't on the ice, and that's problematic. Shot there goes wide by Evangelos. It's problematic for the Pack when their best players aren't on the ice, especially when they're as good as Jimenez and Manischewitz are. Merchant sends that one around. 30 seconds off the power play so far. 7:16 to go in this one. State trying to hang on against their in-state rival. Long pass up ahead off the skates. And Seahawks will have it back in their own zone. There's Joey Alexander looking up ahead. Bennett Clark. 7 minutes to go. Minute 15 on the power play. Merchant trying to get to a pass. He effected the pass and it gets out. Seahawks will set up. State in the midst of a change. Only had 3 guys on the ice there. Cannon makes a nice glove save.
A little bit of extras after there, Ethan. Temperatures have stayed relatively low tonight. Not a lot of big, outrageous fights like we've seen in the past. We'd love to see one, though.
You want to see a fight?
They're fun to watch, Ethan.
I don't think you'll see one at this level.
Nonetheless, Ethan, I think that it's a good thing that temperatures are staying low tonight, so definitely a good thing to keep moving forward here. Fans are happy tonight, Ethan. Of course, as you can see, their team is up by 3 goals. Really good performance right here, and the fans are really loving it.
Good clear there for State. Tell you what, Eric Johnson on the penalty kill is always disrupting the other team setting it up in their defensive zone.
That's just
every time.
That's just good forechecking.
Yeah. Took tries to stay on side. He does. Here come the Seahawks. That's Alexander behind the net. Cannon tries to get in position. He does. Good save. 32 seconds left on the power play.
Good job there by Josh Cannon hugging the post. Really good and simple. Really good and simple goaltending move right there. So really liking it so far. Ian Hutchison having a little bit of fun to the song that's playing right now, doing a little bit of a head bop. Now on his cellular device, but before, pretty good dance moves there, Ethan.
Here's Evangelos at the blue line. Last quarter of the power play here. Evangelos has it across Clark. He'll fire, deflected off of his own man into the boards and around to the other side. The Seahawks have it. Evangelos again. Clark across. Pass tipped, intercepted by Dewey. He'll try to send it all the way around. Doesn't get out though. Clark, his pass, or his shot intercepted. And here comes State. Power play over for the Seahawks. Here's Hudson working, goes between the sticks. And it's kicked aside by Bessemer. 5:30 to go. State 3 for 3 on the penalty kill, 11 minutes total.
Really good speed right there by Hudson to get in on the 2-on-1 breakout.
Here come the Seahawks. Good stick by Chris Wing. And State's going to head the other way. They've got a 3-on-2. Here they come, long pass Jimenez. His shot kicked aside, Bessemer. Good opportunity for Jimenez. And here's Vedetta. He'll dump it in. State trying to get Manischewitz and Todd on the ice. Here they come. Seahawk goes down. Manischewitz tries to get it. He does. He kicks it to himself and sends it wide. State now along their own boards. Jimenez has it. He's got Manischewitz, and he sent it wide, I believe. Might have been a save. 2-on-1 the other way for the Seahawks. Todd getting back into the play. Pass in front, and they couldn't connect. Bouncing puck. They couldn't get a stick to it. That was Cooper Ryder. Tough break for the Seahawks. And Jimenez intercepts another pass. He'll send it long for Manischewitz. Doesn't get through to him. 4:30 to go. Another long pass for Jimenez. And that is not going to be icing. 4:15 to go. State and the UNCW Seahawks. State leads 5-2. They dominated the first 30 minutes. Seahawks have gotten back in the game again. Here's Jimenez. He loses the puck off his stick. Manischewitz gets there. He sends it in on net. Had a chance for, I believe that's O'Rourke, but didn't bounce on net. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, Ethan. But Manischewitz really had a good opportunity to pinch right there, and he didn't do it. And that was some really good hockey sense by their Manischewitz not to pinch.
Good shift from the first line, though. 3:30, just about to go. Here's Vedetta working hard. Alexander gets out of there with it. One thing I've noticed between these two teams is the Seahawks top line plays a lot more minutes than State's top line does, which is really something that can take effect in a long weekend or a long season. Here comes Seahawks the other way. Opportunity. Good save, Josh Cannon. 3:14 to go. Josh Cannon's really just, what more can you say about him? He's been phenomenal. Excellent goaltending the last 2 nights, really, for State. Especially against a team as good offensively as UNCW. Face off to the right of Cannon. State wins it. Costigan won the face-off for Pack. State looks to take control now. They do. Here comes Schwartz. Works around a man. He's got a one-on-one the other way. Webb in pursuit. Here comes Schwartz, and he lost the puck. Seahawks will head the other way. Be interesting to see if they pull their goalie here down by 3 goals. Maybe to give themselves a chance. We'll see. Nothing doing right now. Seahawks looking to set up in the offensive zone. State takes control. They'll head the other way. Schwartz gets in the way. Nice move to stay on his feet. Looked like he was dancing there. Seahawks behind their own net. Webb has it now. And we got a whistle.
Not exactly sure why they called that whistle there, Ethan, but game is winding down and so is the team's energy levels. Not too much happening right now, Ethan. And it's something that we should see a little bit more enthusiasm out of the players for. State could really, in my opinion, get 1 or 2 more here if they just keep on pushing, because UNCW looks very, very tired right now.
Yeah, both teams just looking to get to the finish line. 2:30 away from that. Good hit from Linsmeyer into the boards. Eric Johnston. We got another whistle. Now they're just messing with us, I think. We'll take this one back out of the zone. Not really sure why that happened. State wins the face-off again. Hudson has it. Into his own zone. Long pass looking for Dewey. He'll tip it ahead. Johnson in pursuit. Dewey has it now. Pass in front of the net, deflected into the opposite corner. Seahawks will take control. Working it up along the boards now. They chip it in. Under 2 minutes to go. Bessemer still in the net. And Johnson deflects the puck. State heads the other way. They've had a little confusion on the line in terms of who gets the puck. Johnson sends it in. It's deflected. Tell you what, the 4th line has been really good for State. Actually, I think this is the 3rd line tonight. They've been really good. And it's going to be big for State headed forward in the tournament. 90 seconds to go. Doesn't look like the Seahawks are going to pull Bessemer. I guess they got to get control to do that first. Here they come, 2-on-2 the other way. Bessemer still in the net. They try to work around Rushford. Good play from Ellis. And he'll look to take it up now. Long pass, finds Banishevitz. Here he comes, kicks it to his stick. Works, and he whiffed on the shot. Still has the puck. Tell you what, don't see Banishevitz do that too often. He just whiffed on his shot. Under a minute to go. Seahawks head the other way. Opportunity. Shot on net. Cannon with the save. Doesn't know where the puck is. And they blow it dead. Now we got a little extracurricular for the first time tonight. 45 seconds to go. A couple players go down. A glove comes off.
The temper's finally flaring up here late, Ethan, and that's something you don't want to see. And Sam Banishevitz, of course, needs to just shake that off and not let himself get too frustrated over it and just move on. He's had a stellar night tonight, you know, a goal and 2 assists if my count is correct here. So really just a good night by Sam Banishevitz, and definitely one little fluke is not going to take away his night.
See what comes out of this. There's 45 seconds left in a 3-goal game. I don't really think too much should happen. Todd and Took are going to have a seat. For each team, so we're going to go 4-on-4 for the last 45 seconds. State only had one power play tonight, Zach. That's pretty surprising. You don't usually see a team only have one power play.
Sometimes games go without there being a power play at all, Ethan. And tonight, State only had the one, but State also had several penalties tonight in which they didn't give up any goals. So they killed 11 minutes of penalty time tonight, Ethan.
Yeah, that was the most impressive part of the night, if you ask me. Jimenez chips it ahead off the face-off behind the UNCW net now. So State's going to win this one. And this is, I mean, if it was based on, you know, your resume, this would be a really big win for State, but it's not what it's based on. It's not basketball or football. Wilmington behind Josh Cannon now. They'll set it up. 4-on-4 to go. Shot deflected will go into the corner. Jimenez will get there, and he'll just hold it. Long pass up ahead. It's tipped by O'Rourke. 5 seconds to go. Seahawks send it back in behind Josh Cannon. That's going to do it. NC State beats UNCW 5-2, and it's a 3-game winning streak for the Pack. Zach, your initial thoughts? Sorry.
No, you're good, Ethan. I thought tonight's game, UNCW just kind of gave up towards the end, and I think it was acceptable for them to do so. State just came out swinging, and they just had momentum ever since. Really, that second period 3-goal outburst right there, and you know, looking at UNCW and looking at tonight was a very important night, of course, breast cancer awareness, and I think tonight gave a good hockey game to a great showing, Ethan, for a great cause.
Yeah, I agree. UNCW, they can't argue that they're undefeated anymore. They came in 14-0-1, and once again, State beat them in the shootout in November. But State left no doubt this time, winning 5-2. Zach, I'll tell you what, the first 30 minutes were just, I mean, that was maybe the best hockey I've seen State play in a long time.
Definitely, Ethan. And I don't think you were there, Ethan, but the game against Wake Forest back in October was a game that was like, outstanding as well. So really, NC State's having a lot of good games this year, and they're hopefully going to keep on having more of those games heading into the ACCHL tournament.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this version of NC State is going to be tough to beat up in Charlottesville. We'll be back with our post-game show momentarily. We'll look to have Coach Mike Gazzillo and our player of the game. Zach, who's the player of the game?
You know, I'm going to have to give it again for the second night in a row to a goalie, Josh Cannon. He really did a good job tonight. And of course, Sam Bidech-Evans and Luis Jimenez did outstanding tonight. But Josh Cannon really, when it came down to it, he was the player that needed to be the best for State when it needed to be. So really, give props to Josh Cannon. He did a good job.
We'll be back. NC State beats UNCW 5-2. Thanks for watching on PackTV. We'll be back momentarily with our post-game show.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Back at the Iceplex here, Raleigh, North Carolina. NC State beats UNCW 5-2 for the second time this season. NC State beats UNCW for the second time this season, I should clarify. Zach, this game wasn't as close as the first one, but what was your biggest takeaway from the game tonight?
I think it was that NC State did a good job of carrying momentum from the most previous game here, Ethan. I think State did an outstanding job of making sure they have good offensive pressure, good defensive effort, of course, and of course winning the battle in shots as well. Didn't get an official shot count after the game, but almost positive State won it.
First 30 minutes, as I mentioned, were really good. Maybe the best 30-minute stretch of the season. Not to say what happened in the last 30 minutes, but what changed?
I think what changed here, Ethan, was just the ability for UNCW to step up and be the team that a lot of people were scared about heading into tonight. UNCW was a speedy team, had a lot to do tonight with the effort that was coming into it. So I think that tonight, the last 30 minutes were just UNCW kind of waking up.
They finish up at 14-1-1, and I'll tell you what, they're a really good team. Lots of balanced offense. Bessemer's phenomenal in net. So got to give props to those guys. They really gave State all they could handle in November, and then here tonight, the last 30 minutes as well. On the state side of things, Josh Cannon, our player of the game, what did you see from him?
Josh Cannon was just stable and solid, and then he had a really great game tonight. Really proud of the way he made some saves, and this is his second win of the season. He should have had that win in Clemson, but things happened to where it was a series of unfortunate events, as you would call it, of course, with that one goal that was waved off. So Josh Cannon tonight really deserved the win.
Week off for the Pack now before they face West Virginia next week. What do you expect to see from State next week?
I think it's just going to be a continuation of the momentum from tonight, Ethan. Those 2 games against West Virginia are going to be pride games once again, but Sam was telling us West Virginia is a very good team, so it's something we should be worried about going forward as the team and as the broadcast crew. We're definitely going to be watching for seeing what's going to happen in the West Virginia games.
Definitely. We'll be back with head coach Mike Gazzillo here momentarily on PackTV.
It was a great night here for NC State hockey as State pulled off the win 5-2 over the Seahawks. Zach Sowai alongside PackTV's player of the game, Josh Cannon. Josh, how you feeling tonight?
Pretty good. There was a slight bit of a defensive breakdown in the second. Besides that, we were pretty strong tonight.
Absolutely, Josh. So talk about the night in general. You were tested quite a little bit over 30 shots. Lost count up here at the PackTV broadcast booth. But talk about what was your mindset going into this game and sort of your preparations for tonight?
It was just keep it calm, confident, and just go out there and do what I got to do.
Absolutely, Josh. Now talk about Sam and Luis's play. Usually can't go without talking about their play tonight, but they did register for about 6 points combined. So talk about how much they mean to this team and how much they really contributed to the win tonight.
I mean, they're almost always on the scoreboard, always leading the team. When those guys get goals, we're usually winning. So there are a lot of leadership on the team. So it's next year, looking forward to next year, it's gonna be hard to replace those guys.
Absolutely, Josh. Now talk about really also the offensive effort from Ryan Kinney and Trevor Merchant in that whole second line tonight. Did have a goal tonight. Really beautiful one from behind the net.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then just all the other lines besides, you always hear about Luis and Sam and Eric Todd, but it's all those second, third, fourth line guys who just grind it out and you never really hear about, but they're always putting the effort in.
So talking about this game and talking about momentum going forward, how is this going to play into your doubleheader next weekend against West Virginia?
I'm not really sure. I've never played them. I don't know how they're doing. All I know is this game, we've already clinched number 3 in the ACC tournament. This game, it's good for momentum going in, although there's no points for it. So I think we're in a good spot to go beat them up.
All right. Thank you, Josh, for joining us here, Ethan. We'll be right back with Coach Gazzillo. And for PackTV, I'm Zach Selwaye.
Ethan Berry back here with head coach Mike Gazzillo. Coach, back-to-back excellent performances from your goalies. What did you see from Josh Cannon tonight?
Yeah, I thought he played great. He tracked the puck well and made some really good saves, put the rebounds in the corners and stuff like that. So, yeah, I was real happy with the way he played.
First 30 minutes were a lot better than the second 30 minutes. What was the difference to you?
I think the 5-goal lead, once we kind of got that, I think they just didn't play with the intensity that they had earlier. And, Wilmington came back and got 2, and we did enough that we could get by with. I don't think we went as hard as we could have, but I don't think it was a total letdown either.
3 for 3 on the penalty kill tonight, if I'm not mistaken, but 2 of those penalties were long. So you spent 11 minutes on the penalty kill. Penalty kill and power play have been an issue the last couple of weeks. What did you see on the penalty kill tonight that allowed it to be successful?
It's just, working on it in practice and talking about it a little bit before the game. And, Tim's using the people he wants to use. And I think he's making some good decisions on the combinations that he's using. And, the guys, they talk about it when they come back off. So, yeah, killing off a 5 and a 4 was definitely big for us.
Now you got a week off, 2 more home games to wrap up the season against West Virginia. What are you going to look to see this week in practice headed into West Virginia?
I'm not looking past West Virginia, but we do have the tournament in 2 weeks, and so I want to start thinking about some of the things we have to do to get ready for that tournament. And I think practices, we got 4 left, so we're going to start gearing them towards the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. The tournament is more important than West Virginia, even though West Virginia is an excellent team. The tournament is really what your goal's been all year. And you look to finish the deal that you fell short the last couple of years. Thanks for watching on PackTV. NC State beats UNCW 5-2 tonight. For Zach Selwaye, I'm Ethan Berry. Signing off tonight. Thank you for watching on PackTV.